Steel Toes and Scoreboards. Kurt, what if Drew Bledsoe never got hurt?
No Tom Brady, bro. Period. I don't care what anybody says.
What about the 1983 QB draft class?
You mean the Hall of Fame draft class?
You know, we typically don't get political on this show.
Let me clear the air just one time. Let's go, Brandon.
Ooh, hot take. You know, you are the biggest dummy in the world. You pissed off your own Steelers fan base.
You know, I don't give a damn. Franco Harris had butterfingers.
Guys, let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they're a bunch of crybaby butthurt bitches. That's why he's not in the Hall of Fame, Jared. Write that down. It's a true statement.
Another hot take. All right, guys, hop in your Google machine for this one.
Man, I love it when you get all deep like that. Well, you know, with stats, don't get all weird on me, freak.
Dude, he seriously was the heart and soul that season.
Are you freaking kidding me? He batted like 200 that season. Get out of here with that bullshit, man.
Whatever, man, whatever. Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning.
The greatest quarterback rivalry ever, hands down.
Let's go, Peyton. You know, we need more hockey talk. I fucking love hockey, dude.
Well, puck it, man. Puck the world. Bring it to puck on.
WrestleMania 17 drew 67,925 fans in the Houston Astrodome in Houston, Texas, April 2001. I was in 7th grade. Remember it like yesterday, bud.
Weird flex, but okay. You and them damn wrestling stats.
Hey, you know what? Some people say that NASCAR died with him that day.
Rest in peace, Intimidator. Raise hell, praise Dale.
I vaguely remember Ruby Ridge in 92. I definitely remember Waco in 93 and OKC in 95.
Man, that's government overreach at its finest. And they wonder why Americans don't trust their fucking country.
I feel like we talk a lot of baseball, like more baseball than anything else.
America's pastime, bro. People used to love this sport.
God, I love baseball, dude.
Me too.
So, I kind of came around. I gave us LeBron James a second chance here.
He's such an asshole, but LeBron is for sure one of the best ever.
I've tried. I just can't get into soccer, people. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I'm pulling rank. We will never, ever have a hot soccer episode.
Is he the best ever?
I don't know. That's a broad statement, but 18 majors says a lot, don't it?
Congratulations, Jack. You're such a homer, dude.
I bleed Dodger blue, man.
I don't give a damn. I'll die on this hill.
Okay, fine. I'll say he's the top 10 all time, but he's not the best. He's not even in the top 5, man.
The greatest closer in baseball history.
Shout out Mariano Rivera.
Word association.
History making every time he was down in the paint.
Okay. Don Mattingly or...
let me stop you right there. You have me, Don Mattingly.
Stop drug testing for weed, guys. Holy shit.
It's 2022. Time to get the hell over it.
Our new segment is called Hot Takes and Sausage.
That's such a stupid name, bro, but I love the passion in these takes.
I never do that on company time.
Sure bet.
I don't. I swear to God I don't.
Sure bet.
Wait. Charlie
Leibrandt.
The greatest of all time.
Nobody even close, bro.
Chicago Bears versus Green Bay Packers.
Greatest rivalry. Football.
The 2004 ALCS was history making.
Lost me, dude. Where did you jump to? Oh, man.
I'm leaving this in. Two idiots talking sports. Hashtag tits. All right, guys.
All right, I'm back.
Kurt kind of screwed the pooch. One more.
Yep.
The 1970s Steelers versus the 1990s Cowboys.
Now I'm lost again.
Oh, my God.
Serious. Oh, that's it.
You gotta love it. Gotta leave it. That's why you leave it the staple.
I'm a homer, but that's a tough call.
The 1927 New York Yankees.
Murder's Row, coolest fucking team name in sports history.
All right, Dirty Curdy, you ready to get into it?
Let her eat, bro.
All right, guys, another episode of Steel Toes and Scoreboards, hopefully with less fuck-ups, is coming to you now. All right, guys, welcome to another episode. I'm just sitting here laughing. Kurt fucked up the intro. And that one ran a little bit long, almost 4 minutes. The other one was 2, so
my bad, people.
We might have to make some adjustments to that. But for this episode, it's already in there because I'm not taking it out. So there's the new intro temporarily. that we've only been talking about for 2 months. Saturday, February 12th, and for the first time since December 5th, when we did our Hot Takes and Sausage episode, I'm at Kurt's Thriving Metropolis in Alfredsville, Indiana.
Thriving, yes.
Thriving. I woke his ass up early this morning because I got a busy weekend ahead, and I even stopped and got us breakfast.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro.
So, what's up, dog?
Helicopters and hard weenies, I guess. I don't know.
You can't say hard weenies.
I could say hard weenies.
So, the very last time we had an episode, it took us 10 days to get uploaded because I had post-production problems. It was recorded while I was quarantined for COVID.
Yeah.
We did the history of the Bengals.
Yeah, that was a rough month, bro.
Yeah, so, or no, not that. We did the 2002 World Series. My bad.
Yeah, we'd done
that was a good episode.
We done the episode on the Bengals when I was sick.
Yeah,
at home.
And then a week and a half later, I get COVID followed by strep throat. Anyways, the Angels World Series episode seemed to be pretty well received. Did not get no feedback, but it picked up a shit ton of downloads.
Cool.
So thank you to those people that like listening to hashtag tits, two idiots talking sports.
Be the few that you are out there.
And we were originally going to do the 1985 Chicago Bears, but shut the fuck up. Circumstances beyond God's control, we'll say, not mine, not my control, not Jasper Police Department's control.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
Fuck it, I went there. Not anybody's control.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Completely innocent,
Yes.
by the way. We'll just leave it at that. Anyways,
swing and a miss.
Probably get a phone call now after this. I know they're watching my shit. But circumstances beyond our control have led me to just say, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are going to do our first official current events episode now for those dedicated listeners. The last time we kind of did a current events episode was the last time I was here for Hot Takes and Sausage.
Yes.
We covered some news, but today, for the first time ever, we're going to completely devote an entire episode to some current events in sports because there's a shit ton of it
going on. Yes.
You got to keep in mind these notes here encapsulate about 3 to 4 weeks, so there's going to be a lot to get to. We've got some stuff since I printed the notes for Kurt on Tuesday. Some more shits went down, including some big NBA trades.
Right.
And as always, here, me and Kurt are idiots beyond any doubt, so there's going to be a lot of hopping around. Yes. But to start, Kurt, would you like to read our disclaimer that's in the top there in bold?
Yes, I can do that. To the best of our knowledge, all information in tonight's episode is factually based. If we're wrong on anything, please let us know. All opinions presented belong to the crew here at STSB. Any audio used tonight are for educational and information-based purposes and belongs to the proper parties. The same as the copyrights.
Nice job. Let me give you a little applause there. It really helps you having a copy of the notes now, don't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm cutting down a shit ton of trees every time I print them out, going through a lot of printer ink.
Dang it.
But so we, like I said, we're throwing a change up here, so and we are going to be hopping around completely all over the place. So, So to start, on January 27th, it become official. Kurt?
Yeah.
You want to?
Sad day here, man.
Big Ben announced his retirement from the National Football. What the fuck? Football. I don't know if I was thinking of blog now. Big Ben announced his retirement. And in true form, I always shit on Worthless Burger. He's a pretty good guy. I like to give him hell. But in true form, he's not a guy that likes to make a lot of fuss and attention about himself. So
very humble.
He basically just posted a message on his Twitter account, followed by a short video he recorded, saying, and I quote, "I don't know how to put into words what the game of football has meant to me and what a blessing it has been. While I know with confidence I have given my all to the game, I am overwhelmed with gratitude for all it has given me." Roethlisberger grew up in Findlay, Ohio. He played at Miami, and hold on, not my Miami,
not the U,
not the greatest collegiate program in NCAA history, the university that's only known by one letter. He played at Miami of Ohio, the Red Hawks.
Hard to argue that.
Roethlisberger would say, the journey has been exhilarating, defined by relationships and fueled by a spirit of competition. Yet the time has come for me to clear out my locker, hang up my cleats, and continue to be all I can be with my wife and children. I retire from football a truly grateful man.
I believe him.
Now, Roethlisberger was 39 years old. Earlier in the season, as we had touched on in the last time I was here, this is just funny, we did a little current events the last time I was here. It's been over 2 months. That was about the time the announcement came down from Adam Schefter, who, as I stated, Schefter hits more than he misses.
Yes, for sure.
Roethlisberger was mulling retirement, which it did. He will retire as a member of the Steelers, holding every notable franchise quarterback record. He reached an NFL record 18 seasons without ever having a losing season.
Impressive.
Now that's impressive
on two fronts there. The not having a losing season and being on one team for 18 years, one organization. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, he drafted a Steeler, he retired a Steeler.
Yeah. Never losing season. Did not know that. That's pretty crazy.
With him, under center, they're kind of always in the mix. Yeah. They won Super Bowl 40 in his second year. They had the great season in 2004, his rookie year. They got bounced in the playoffs. That was their 15-1 season.
Brady.
And he promised the bus, Bettis, if you come back next year, one more season,
we'll win a Super Bowl.
We'll win a Super Bowl in your hometown. And the son of a bitch and Rook, the second-year player, he delivered.
Yep.
He took him to three Super Bowl appearances. They won 2 of them.
Right.
12 postseason berths, 8 division title. It's impressive. I got some more down here. He finished his career ranked 8th overall in passing touchdowns with 418, 5th in passing yards with 64,088. I'm sorry. He's 5th in passing yards. He's also 5th in completions at 5,440, and 5th in attempts at 8,443.
That's a lot of passes, huh?
In terms of the Steelers, he is the franchise winner in QB wins, passing yards, touchdowns, completions, attempts, 300-yard passing games, game-winning drives, fourth-quarter comebacks. His 165 wins are second most behind Tom Brady with New England for most QB wins in a career with a single team. Though Terry Bradshaw's got 4 rings, Roethlisberger's dominance in every other category makes an argument for him being better.
Yeah.
And if you remember back in July, as we did our top 10,
Terry, but
our top 10 Steelers episode, you put Roethlisberger in the top 10.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
the numbers are speaking it all here as you're reading them off. Maybe now that he's gone, he'll get some recognition he deserves.
The Rooney family, Art Rooney II, issued a statement saying Ben was an integral part of our success since we drafted him in 2004. He helped us win 2 Super Bowls during his career, and we are forever grateful for all the success he's helped bring to this organization for the past 18 years. Ben will always be viewed as one of the all-time greats in our team history, and his determination, toughness, and competitiveness will be remembered by everyone in the organization, as well as Steeler Nation throughout the world. Big Ben was the starter from the outset. He took over from Tommy Maddox.
Yep, a touchdown.
As a rookie. He went 13-0 in his first year as a starter, on a way to a 15-1 season, Kurt.
That's impressive. Wins over Dallas, and Philly. Impressive.
And he was part of the legendary 2004 draft class, which everybody looks at as kind of the mirror to the 83 draft class. Right. You know what other QBs were taken in the first round, 04?
Philip Rivers.
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning. Yep.
That's right. So they beat the Arizona Cardinals, as we always talk about. The 2008 Cardinals Steelers Super Bowl, which will be an episode eventually.
Yeah, great Super Bowl.
Including the amazing game-winning 6-yard touchdown pass to Santonio Holmes in the back of the end zone.
No, don't throw it there. Don't throw it. Oh.
Santonio toe-tapped that son of a bitch in. Everybody talks about Santonio's catch. Yeah. What they don't talk about is Roethlisberger's throw.
Exactly.
So, laser.
Once again, folks, you Google it, you can see it somewhere on it.
Hop in your Google machine.
There you go. And you got to watch it. The throw is just as amazing as the catch.
Yes.
Over 2 defenders.
Let's see what else we got here now.
He was on the move too, wasn't he?
I think I'm trying to think. I think he might have been
impressive.
But he was taken out of Miami of Ohio. Like I said, they had hopes for him to be the franchise quarterback, and he did that and then some. The Steelers were, as I have put my notes right here, as you can see, the Steelers were an AFC heavyweight every autumn, every fall, as Roethlisberger continuously kept Pittsburgh in the mix of a contender in the era dominated by Brady and Manning in the AFC. But the clock has hit midnight for Big Ben now. So, he played under Coach Bill Cowher for a few seasons. And then in 2007 or 8 was when he became coached by Tom Coughlin. Or not Tom Coughlin. Mike Tomlin.
Right.
Damn, you said Eli earlier, and I got Tom Coughlin on the brain.
There you go.
But anyways, I know you like some overall stats too.
Oh yeah.
So, by the way, both Cowher and Tomlin would make statements about the retirement of Roethlisberger, but I didn't really put them in there. But anyways, Big Ben ended up paying. Damn, I'm fucked up. You got me off. You fucked up the new show open.
I'm sorry, folks.
Big Ben played in 249 regular season games, 23 postseason games, and 3 Super Bowls. He retires while sitting at number 5 all time, which I met. He's 1 spot behind Brett Favre and 1 spot above Phillip Rivers. He was the 2004 NFL Rookie of the Year. He later became the 4th quarterback in NFL history to win 100 games in his first 150 starts. And he holds the record for most career 500-yard passing games with 4. He overall in the regular season, Roethlisberger finishes with a career record of 165, 81, and 1. There's your tie.
I hate that. We got to do something about that.
So here's my question to you: what's next for Big Ben? Look, we know the obvious shit. That's exactly what I put in my notes. I didn't copy and paste that. I hand wrote all that. He's Canton bound.
No doubt.
First year of eligibility,
yes.
He gets in. There's no waiting. So. Okay, but what does he do after that? I know it sounds crazy, but I don't see him walking away from football.
Me either.
And what I mean by that, he's going to either be a coach or a coordinator at some level.
But he's got a boy.
Pro, collegiate, or high school. I could, some of these guys retire. Ryan Leaf, flamed out in the NFL. Ryan Leaf's coaching high school football, or he was at some point somewhere in the state of Washington.
Yeah.
So some of these guys do coach at a high school level.
He's also got a couple boys. Raised a couple boys. It might be something there in football. Who knows?
I could also see him going into the booth.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger, I shit on him. I make fun of him all the time. I call him Worthlessberger. I just like to pick, But he does have a real high football IQ.
He does.
I'm not going to deny that. He's one of the smarter. Some quarterbacks are just not that intelligent. You can say that. Roethlisberger's one of the ones that's actually a very smart, articulate quarterback.
Football savvy.
That's a good way to phrase it.
Yes.
Football savvy.
Savvy, yes.
So, okay, you want to move on?
Let's move on.
So, well, hang on. Since this is your team, this is your guy, before we move on, why don't we shoot to Kurt's corner for once? Because we haven't shot. Anything you want to say?
Steeler Nation will miss Ben Roethlisberger bad. That's all I got to say there. I mean,
what are you guys going to do this upcoming draft? Are you taking a quarterback? Are you happy with what you got behind Big Ben?
I don't see anybody out there that we really want to take. I mean,
maybe you get Carson Wentz. My Colts will deal you Carson Wentz. Wow. Nope. Okay. All right.
No, thank you.
So, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. This is not a drill. You heard me correctly. The Cincinnati Bengals have made it to Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow in the brand new SoFi Stadium in L.A.
That's kind of odd that it's at L.A., isn't it?
And for the second year in a row, we have a team playing the Super Bowl in their own stadium.
What is going on there?
I seen a meme on Facebook, and you're going to appreciate this joke, that Goodell and the NFL management are pissed that for the second year in a row, we have a team playing the Super Bowl in their home stadium. So to avoid that home field advantage, They're going to hold every Super Bowl in Dallas from now on. I'm going to turn the volume all the way up for that. They're gonna play every Super Bowl in Dallas, so there's no home advantage.
Sure bet.
I could say Cleveland too.
Well, why not Canton? Where the Hall of Fame bowl games at?
It's a joke. They're not really mad. It was just. But I see your point.
I don't.
2 years in a row.
You can't tell me that they ain't got a factory in on it. Well, the Cincinnati's the home team. No, they're not. They had to travel how many miles? Anyway.
Cincinnati came back from an 18-point deficit to take a 24-21 lead over the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. But Patrick Mahomes does Patrick Mahomes things. There you go. There's another one we always
for sure.
They go to overtime. Joe Burrow. Here we go. You got to believe the Bengals are probably the underdog for Super Bowl 56.
Yeah.
The Rams, they're going to be in their second Super Bowl in 3 years.
I guess finally Matt Stafford's time to shine, huh?
Well,
possibly.
We'll get to that.
Right on.
Over the past month, the Bengals ended a 31-year-old playoff win drought. They won the first ever franchise road playoff game, and they're advancing to the Super Bowl for the first time since 1989. They joined the 81 49ers and the 2003 Panthers as the only teams to reach the Super Bowl after owning the league's worst record 2 years prior. They're playing in a pretty competitive division like this.
Yeah.
This AFC North division.
It's tough.
And it was dominated for years between the Steelers and the Ravens. The Bengals had some dominance in, the Palmer years a little bit. I shouldn't say they were always putting together nice
they were solid
8, 9,
team.
10, 11 win seasons,
Right.
Just 2 episodes ago, check out our archives on Podbean or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. We did a complete team history of the Cincinnati Bengals. You're welcome, Corey.
Yeah.
It's he'll be listening to this sometime this week. He's coming to one of our biggest supporters.
Who they Bengals?
Who they say going to beat them Bengals? The Rams.
Ooh, hot take.
Oh yeah. So before we continue, I would like to see the Bengals get it because I'd like to see them get their first championship. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm a man of honesty here. I will go ahead and say the same thing I told you at work Monday morning. Rams, what did I say?
31-27
31-27 Rams. I would like to see the Bengals get it, but I'm going to say this. I want the Bengals to win, but I don't see it happening. So if they win, I will be, explosive, congratulatory all over social media. But the fact is, they're not going to. I'm a realist, and it's going to be Rams 31-27. Me and Kurt bet $1 on it. Gentlemen's bet.
Shootout, folks, at the OK Corral. Here we go. 33-30.
33-30. Ooh.
Bengals. Who they Bengals?
This is a gentleman's bet. $1.
$1.
But anyways, okay, got to get back to this. I got the daddy-daughter dance tonight.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So, Cincinnati hadn't won a playoff game since the 1990 season. Bengals made the playoffs 7 times between 2005 and 2015, but they fell each time in the wild card round. Cincinnati's last Super Bowl appearance came in the 1988 season against the 49ers, and that game was bad.
Yeah.
And I've got that game broke down. Their only other Super Bowl appearance was in 81 against the 49ers again.
I thought it was going to be the same thing this year.
Yeah. So, I think, so 2 Super Bowl appearances. The 88 season, they lost to the 49ers 26-16. And then in the 81 season, they lost to the 49ers 26-21, which, you make it to the Super Bowl and you lose, that sucks. But there's no shame in losing to the 49ers because, as I've always pointed out, me and Kurt pointed out, every decade in the NFL is dominated by a franchise. In the 50s, you've got the Browns. The 60s were the Packers. 70s
Steelers.
were the fucking Steelers. 80s belonged to the 49ers.
Yes,
90s
absolutely.
belonged to the Cowboys. First decade of the 2000s belonged to the New England Patriots.
Yep.
So,
That's True, for sure.
So, I mean, yeah. So what will happen this year? Will they get it done? I don't know. I've been working on these notes for a couple of weeks.
I got one thing here. What's eerily similar is who else won a Super Bowl in their second year at the age of 23?
Is it a guy that just retired?
Yeah, might be.
Oh, okay. So they're in good company then. I mean, shout out Macaulay Culkin. I hope he leads the Bengals to a victory tomorrow.
I see a lot of similarities between
him and Macaulay Culkin, yeah.
Yes, Roethlisberger and Culkin, yes. And Joe Burrow. Yeah, I hate to say it too, but they're going to be tough for a few years. Come.
You know what we need to do?
What's that?
Pay a bill.
You know what?
What?
You're right.
I need to pull up the pay a bill.
I hate it when he's right. I'm just kidding.
Uh-oh. Where's the sponsors? I closed that. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Here we go. So, you want to pay a bill?
Let's pay a bill.
Uh-oh. Where'd my paper go? What the hell? I just lost all my shit.
It's catching today, I'm telling you.
Hang on. Technical difficulties. Yeah. There we go. We got her now. Now I just lost my notes. Well, you know, I haven't been with you in a while.
Right.
That sounded weird.
Weird
but, you know. Let's see. Let me type in current events. There we go. Okay. Open file location. I want to open it, bitch. All right, Kurt. Now we can pay a bill. Pay a bill.
Yes.
Okay. Let me hit the music. All right, guys. So check out Glary Guitars. Like them on Facebook, or check out GlaryMusic.com on the interwebs. Very reasonable, very affordable instruments. I bought 2 acoustics in January last year. Spent $80 a piece on them. They play, they sound, and they look like they're $300 to $500 counterparts. Kurt's played my Glary.
Yeah, sounds good.
I call it a cannon guitar because of how fucking loud it is. I had very little adjustment out of the box. Basically ready to go. Just had to adjust the neck a little bit. Give them a call at 1-606-404-6286. Again, that's Glary Music. Acoustics, electrics, basses, fiddles. Or violins for you city folks. They've got cases, all sorts of stuff. Every guitar comes with a gig bag. Now, the gig bag is paper thin, so I would recommend getting yourself an actual case or a better gig bag. But, yeah, guys, you won't regret it. I mean, this is not a camp wood guitar that you throw in the fire when you're done. This is a campfire guitar that you sit around and play around the fire. But, yeah, check out Glary, everybody. Got to get them bills paid, son.
Right.
All right, back to work.
Yes.
We're rolling. Oh, man, I think I'm Limp Bizkit. Keep rolling. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Kurt?
Yes.
We got a big problem.
What?
Okay, everybody, we're back. So I just lost all my notes for the episode. Apparently, I have the original notes that the last time I worked on them was February 1st, but I don't have any of the other shit I crammed in for me and Kurt. So now Kurt no longer has a copy of the notes.
Wonder what happened.
I don't know. I didn't save it, and I accidentally clicked out of them, and it didn't give me a chance to say. I don't know. So we're gonna just go with Kurt's copy. So Kurt's got nothing to go off of, but he'll just be a good listener and contributor.
Yes.
On Friday night, January 21st, something pretty historic happened. Got a little NASCAR news for you. You ready?
Yeah. And bring on some racing.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. was inducted into the 12th edition of the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Junior or?
Junior.
Yep.
He joins his father. The group was actually selected in 2020, but the induction ceremony was postponed the last 2 years.
Due to COVID,
as everything else did. He joins his father, the Intimidator, in the Hall of Fame. Junior was quoted as saying, to join Dad in the Hall of Fame is probably as good as it's ever going to get. Although Earnhardt never won a championship, his impact has been felt throughout the racing world, building a career as NASCAR's top ambassador while finding a crossover audience that stretched far beyond his father's reach. Jeff Gordon, another Hall of Famer, would say, "In the time that I've been involved in racing, nobody has impacted the sport more than what Junior has. He won 3/4. When he would win 3/4, the grandstand would stand up and cheer." Earnhardt began his career at DEI, which was Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. He won back-to-back Infinity Cup Series titles, which, for those that don't know, NASCAR's changed a lot. Infinity Series used to be the Busch Grand National Series, which was the basically the Web.com tour, basically for a PGA. Basically, that's what that equates to. He won his first Cup Series race in his 12th career start. Like his father, he learned, he studied. He was a great expert in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Junior thrived in restrictor plate racing, which, man, restrictor plate, sidebar, you're slowing down these cars that are meant to run 200 mile an hour, and you're slowing them. I hate restrictor plate.
I do, too. I don't get it, really. I mean,
I hate restrictor plate racing. He's 26 career Cup victories coming at Daytona and Talladega, including Daytona 500 wins in 2004 and 2014. 6 years after his father's passing, he left DEI in 2008 and crossed over to the dark side, which most people almost died because there's always the Earnhardt versus Gordon thing. He would join Jeff Gordon running for Rick Hendrick Motorsports. Fun fact, too. Did a little digging for you. During the recession, which we all felt in 2008, Earnhardt approached Rick Hendrick and asked for $1 million of his salary to be deducted from his paycheck and distributed amongst Hendrick Motorsports employees so no one would have to suffer during this recession. Yeah. When the money wasn't distributed right away, Earnhardt marched back into Hendrick's office and said, basically, what the fuck is up? Get this done. So, Junior was voted NASCAR's most popular driver a record number 15 times, which still stands today. I don't think we'll ever surpass that.
No.
And I got a little Earnhardt career stats for you here. He won the Busch Grand National Series in 98, 99, or the Xfinity Series now. He won the Daytona 500 in 2004 and in 2014. He won the Winston 500 in 2000. He won the Bud Shootouts in 03 and 04. 03, 04, 08, 15, and 16. He won the Can-Am Duels. He had 4 straight wins at Talladega Superspeedway from fall of 2001 to spring of 2003. He was also Junior Motorsports. He was a champion owner in the Xfinity Series, or Busch Grand National for us old guys, in 04, 05, 14, 17, and 18. He's in the Texas Motorsports Hall of Fame. He's now the NASCAR Hall of Fame. He was the Busch Series' most popular driver in 94. In 03 through 2017, he was the Cup Series' most popular driver. He won the Bill France Award of Excellence for NASCAR in 2017. And in the Cup Series, he had 631 races over 19 years. His best finish, although he never won a championship, was he finished 3rd in 2003. His first race was the 1999 Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte. Everybody remembers the Coke races. So, yeah. Let's see. He had 26 wins, 260 top 10 finishes, and 15 poles in the Cup Series. And then in the National Series, he would 24 wins, 94 top 10s, and 10 poles.
Impressive.
And those statistics are accurate. And one thing I wanted to point out, and I put this in my notes, which now I'm using your copy. I was 13 years old when Dale Earnhardt Jr., or when Dale Earnhardt Sr. passed away. It should have been, I was 13. February 18th, 2001, final corner, turn 4, final lap.
Yep. Senior
slams into the wall. Yep. Dead.
Watching it live.
Dead. Yeah, I did too. Waltrip raced to the finish line. Junior finished second to Waltrip. Sterling Marlin had made contact with Earnhardt Sr.'s left bumper. Earnhardt slammed into the wall behind, and then Ken Schrader got wrapped up in that too. Earnhardt Sr. would be pronounced dead at 5:16 p.m. due to a basial skull fracture. In the aftermath process, many disgruntled fans had sent death threats to Sterling Marlin and his family, blaming him for the crash. Earnhardt Jr. and Michael Waltrip were disgusted by the fans and both requested that fans stop blaming anybody for Earnhardt Sr.'s death, saying, quote, "If you were a real fan of my father, you would know he wouldn't condone these actions." Both the Daytona police and NASCAR investigations into the crash cleared Sterling Marlin of any wrong involvement. It was just
Racing.
It's racing.
Yes.
Earnhardt Jr. raced at Rockingham the following weekend, and I did not remember this till I was doing research. I did not remember this. And then it came flooding back to me after I read it, and I put it in the notes, and then I went back and watched a clip on YouTube. So a week after his father's death, that was when they still ran Rockingham.
Right.
The old Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Rockingham, where is that, North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Earnhardt finished dead last, 43rd, after a wreck on the first lap that looked so fucking similar to his dad's crash. Terrible. But what I remember most about that 01 season in Junior, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and you might remember this, and if you go watch it on YouTube, it's like a 6-minute clip. It just gives you chills down your spine. And I'm gonna give you a synopsis of this here. They returned to Daytona for the Pepsi 400 in July 2001. Earnhardt Jr. made a comeback and had a dominant car of the race. He led 115 out of 160 laps. On the last restart, he managed to make a move, coming all the way from 6th place to 1st place in the span of 2 laps, with Waltrip holding off the field as Earnhardt took the checkered flag. Now, what was funny about that was Bobby Labonte was in the lead.
Yes.
The whole world wanted to see Junior win at this track.
Yeah.
But it's still racing. You're still competitive. Right. Well, Labonte kept checking Junior. Wouldn't let him by.
I remember that.
Being a dick.
Yes.
Which I get it. You want to win.
Right.
It's a big event.
Right.
It's night racing at Daytona.
It's the World Series of Racing.
I mean, but Junior took him over, and I have never heard noise like that. But anyways, he won the Cal Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover, which was the first Cup race following September 11th attacks. He did a Polish victory lap, Alan Kulwicki. He held out a large American flag out the driver's side window, and I can remember Mike LaJoy saying, "How about this? The first weekend after a terrorist attack, and Earnhardt flying the American flag."
Yeah.
So my question to you is: Junior's legacy ruined by not having any championships?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so.
It's hard to do. That's a hard thing to do, is win championships in that league, that sport. There's a lot of.
And they're doing a lot. NASCAR. We've talked about this in passing in several episodes. Is NASCAR a dying sport? I mean, there's been a lot of rule changes. A lot of people don't like the fact that it's now basically a playoff. The last few races, 10 drivers get in.
I don't like it myself. I don't.
Yeah. So
I'll have to be honest with you. It's been a couple years since I've watched a race.
I still do every now and then when I catch one. I find myself rooting a lot for Ryan Blaney, who is Dave Blaney's boy. Yeah. He's
Dave Blaney, boy, he just never could.
Dave Blaney was always just he was a name that you knew was out there.
Right. That's a tough sport, though, eh?
So we're gonna change it up here a little bit. Now, this isn't breaking news, real current events, but it's part, whatever. I just wanted to make reference to the fact that we're getting ready to head into tournament time. This is Mike Kachetsky's last season with Duke.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, I just want to put that in there. I got some stats about this. He made the announcement back in October, right before the ACC tip-off.
Right.
So This is not real current events. My stats so far are accurate for the 2020-2021 season. I have not figured any wins, losses, or anything for the 2021-2022 season. His career record overall for 45 years is 1,157 and 350. That's a 7.68 win percentage. 45 years of coaching. Now, 40 of those years have been spent at Duke.
Right.
At Duke, he is 1,084 and 291 with a 7.88 win percentage. And you know what? In the NCAA tournament, he is 97 and 30, 7.64 win percentage. In ACC tournament play, he's 63 and 21, and in the NIT, he is 2 and 2. He's got 5 Division I championships with Duke: 91, 92, 01, 2015. 2010, 2015. He's got 12 Final Four appearances, 15 ACC tournament victories, 12 ACC regular season win titles. He's the Naismith College Coach of the Year in 89, 92, and 99. And it just goes on and on. And for those that don't know, what coaching tree does he come from?
Yeah, he stems from Bobby Knight.
He's a Bobby Knight guy. Spent a couple seasons on the IU coaching staff in the 70s.
Yes.
So now this, just want to make reference to that. We do have some college basketball news, some actual current events within the last week or two. Bruce Pearl got fucking paid.
Yeah, he got paid.
So Bruce Pearl is the Auburn head coach. He agreed to a new 8-year contract to remain with Auburn through 2030. The deal is worth $5.4 million a year with a $250,000 annual escalator. The deal will max out at $7.15 million during the 2029-2030 season, and it's got a total value of $50.25 million.
Where do I sign?
Pearl is 61 years old and would tell the media the deal, quote, wasn't that hard to agree on. No shit. $50 million fucking dollars over the next 7 years.
Where's the dotted line? Okay.
Pearl would release a video saying, my family and I are very grateful to be able to stay here and be your head coach at Auburn for a long, long time. I'm grateful, I'm humble, and I'm blessed to be your... They secured their number one ranking for the first time in program history this week, which they are no longer number one.
I was getting ready to ask you.
They're no longer number one. I seen something break when I was doing a final check. Like I said, I've got another sheet of paper over here that's
right
of all the shit that's happened since I printed the notes for you Tuesday. They're no longer number one. We might get to that. But
Bruce Pearl,
he's 389 and 192 all time with a 6.7 win-loss percentage through his head coaching career. He coached at Tennessee.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, he was fired from Tennessee in 2011. The NCAA charged him with unethical conduct and additional violations surfaced. And then Auburn hired him in 2014 to take over for a team that hadn't been to the tournament since 2003.
Yeah. Wow. Where do you get his start at? You got that in there? It's pretty close to us.
It's very close to us. I don't know if I put it in there. You want to go ahead and tell everybody?
USI. University of Southern Indiana.
I'm looking. I thought I put it in here. I guess I didn't.
They was in the finals every year, it seemed like.
But I like I like Auburn, so shout out to my sister down in Alabama. She's not really my sister, but if my mom could have gave me a sister, it'd been her. She's been a good friend of mine for 3 years since I met her. War Damn Eagle, baby. War Damn Eagle. So we do have a lot of baseball. Like I said, we're going to be jumping around. We're going to run through the notes first and then run through the extra shit I got.
Right.
So some big baseball news come through about 2 weeks ago. Hall of Fame. You wanna
see? There was a couple inductees.
One of them wasn't any good. I don't know, some guy named Ortiz or something. One very good guy.
Big Poppy.
I'm just shitting. Big Poppy's awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Sure. He's heading to Cooperstown to get into what Kurt and I both agree, out of the big four, which is the NHL, MLB, NFL, NBA, the hardest Hall of Fame to get into.
Yes, Major League Baseball.
And he's getting in there.
He deserved it.
Pedro Martinez was with him when this happened. There's video footage out there. And Pedro was grinning ear to ear, had his hand on his shoulder, And Big Papi's going. He was selected to the Baseball Hall of Fame about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, while steroid-tainted stars Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens were denied entry in their final year under consideration by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Now, those guys can still get in under the yearly, I don't remember what it's called. Me and Curve talked about before. It's like their yearly tenured fucking whatchamacallit. I can't think of it. I didn't put it in here. They can still get in, but they won't be getting in through the biggest way you get in, which is you have like a 15-year period to get in through the Baseball Writers Association of America. Ortiz was a 10-time All-Star over 20 seasons. Most of his seasons was spent with the Red Sox. Do you know where he spent a few seasons at before Boston?
Oh, boy.
Oh, I got him, everybody.
Me. No.
Well, we'll get there. It's coming down here in a minute. I just wanted...
I just seen this the other day, too.
Well, yeah, because I showed it to you. I sent it to you. Papi was one of baseball's most recognizable faces through the 2000s era. 3 of his 23 career game-ending walk-offs came during Boston's drought-breaking 04 postseason when they thwarted the rival Yankees in the ALCS and beat the Cardinals in the World Series to win their first title in 86 years. He's the 4th Hall of Famer to be born in the Dominican Republic, joining Juan Marshall, Pedro Martinez, and Vladimir
Guerrero. Yeah.
Yep.
The Blue Jays.
Nope. It's coming right here. I just want to get through it there. The left-handed hitter was signed by Seattle as a teenager and traded to the Minnesota Twins as a minor leaguer. He made his major league debut with the Twins in 1997, but hardly looked like the Hall of Famer he is known for today. He was released in 2002, signed by the Red Sox, and slugged 31 homers in the 2003 season. Ortiz batted .286 with 541 home runs with Boston and Minnesota while making 88% of his plate appearances as what?
DH.
A DH. The most by anyone in the Hall of Fame. He passes then Edgar Martinez, who was a DH for 71% of his plate appearances.
Mariner. Say Edgar Martinez?
Yes.
Yeah, he'd been a Mariner, wouldn't he?
So Ortiz, though, does have his issue with PEDs, but enough voters looked past a reported positive test that came during 2003 that was supposed to be anonymous. Ortiz has to this day denied using PEDs, and Commissioner Rob Manfred would say in a 2016 interview, "I think it could be wrong to exclude him from the Hall of Fame based on that lone test. I never failed a test. What does that tell you?" Ortiz said. So on July 24th of this year, Ortiz will be enshrined in Cooperstown along with Buck O'Neil, Tony Olivia, Bud Fowler, and several others. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Curt Schilling, and Sammy Sosa were all ejected in their final year on the BBWAA ballot. Bonds is MLB career run leader. Clemens won a record 7 Cy Young Awards, but voters denied them the game's highest honor over allegations of PEDs. Bonds got 66% of the vote. Clemens was a 65.2. Roger?
Well, no, I'd like to ask these guys who's making that decision. Back in the 60s and 70s, they didn't have any test. You think there's any Hall of Famers in there that done anything like cocaine, or could it be?
Clemens threw a little shade. He said, "My family and I put the Hall of Fame in the rearview mirror 10 years ago, so fuck them. Hopefully everyone can now close this book and keep their eyes focused on what's really important." Curt Schilling's support dropped off after he finished 16 votes shy in 2021. Many voters chose not to back the right-hander due to hateful remarks he has made in retirement towards Muslims, transgender people, journalists, and others. What the fuck ever. Schilling asked the Hall to remove him from this year's voting, but he remained an option. His name was on 58% of the ballots. "I say it every year, and especially this year, focus on who did get in. Congratulations, Big Papi, you've earned it," was what Schilling would put out on his Twitter account. So, since these guys are here, here it is. I did put it in here. So since these guys are done with the Baseball Writers of America Association ballot, they can be considered again every year by the Today's Game Era Committee. That is a 16-person committee of Hall members and executives and veteran media members who will convene in December to consider players who voted between 88 and 2016 and are no longer eligible for selection by the major committee. So, among the first-timers on the ballot, you had Alex Rodriguez and my boy Jimmy Rollins.
Hey.
A-Rod won 3 MVPs, hit 696 homers, fourth most all time, but he has substantial PED baggage clouding. He was banned by Major League Baseball for the entire 2014 season for violating the league's drug policy. Jimmy Rollins, a 4-time Gold Glover with my Philadelphia Phillies, have played on the ballot. There were several other people on the ballot too. John Lackey, Carlos Beltran, Todd Helton, Timmy Lincoln, Ryan Howard, Scott Rowland. So, anyways, so I think I have some. I got just a rundown here real quick. Let's see, 2000. So Ortiz, yes, beginning at age 27 in 03, averaged 34 homers, 109 RBIs, and a .956 OPS per season in his 14-year career with Boston. Ortiz belted 541 career home runs, made 10 All-Star teams, won 7 Silver Slugger awards. He was MVP of the 2004 ALCS against the Yankees. Ortiz was the MVP of the 2013 World Series. So me and Kurt and I would just like to say congratulations,
absolutely,
to Big Papi there.
Absolutely, class act.
Thoughts?
I liked him. He was a class act, man. Baseball, a great 2-strike hitter.
So I'm going to give you the notes back just because I get a kick out of this, and you don't have to read these 4 paragraphs. You can just kind of look at them and point them out. So can you see that, old man? What? We got some more Major League Baseball news here, but it's about minor league baseball. Do you want to tell everybody what that is?
Around 88% of minor leaguers were vaccinated during the 2021 season, according to a league official, a number that mirrored the percentage of players and staff vaccinated at the major league level. COVID-19 protocols at the major league level are decided by the league and the MLB Players Association. Baseball's calendar has played in its favor over the past 2 months as Omicron, did I say it right?
Yeah, the Omicron variant
ravaged NFL, NBA, and NHL rosters and caused a postponement of games. The recognition that players are younger, healthier, and according to doctors, at less risk for severe infection played into the decision not to mandate vaccination, sources said. Vaccinated players in the minor leagues, the memo said, likely will be subject to some, albeit less restrictive, testing and health and safety protocols. Their unvaccinated teammates, according to the memo, will be subject to increased regulations and prohibitions, including the requirement to conduct an intake and regular surveillance testing, mask wearing, and restrictions.
Yeah.
Back over.
So basically, I know you were getting winded. I can see it. So basically, what's going on here is that in the 2022 season, Major League Baseball will not require their minor league affiliate players to be vaccinated against COVID-19 to play, but will mandate on-field staff collaborate with the players to be up to date on vaccinations, which basically wipes out what I just said. I think they're going to have to take testing every week, but just because Kurt's all about these mask mandates and vaccination mandates and everything, he's giving me the evil eye right now. But basically, yeah, they're not going to require anybody to be vaccinated at the minor league level. So I don't. You got any thoughts about any of that at all?
Let's go, Brandon.
Okay, Kurt says let's go, Brandon. So okay, basically, I don't know, man. It is the minor league. There's not a shit ton of people at minor league games. Like, I'm down for going setting through an old school minor league baseball team that nobody gives a fuck about, but how busy they are on a weeknight or a week, whatever. But they're not requiring it, so
right. Well,
okay.
I really don't know where I stand on any of that yet. I'm tired of it.
Hey, we're halfway done with the notes.
Well, that's pretty good. Doing all right.
So shout out me. I always get a wrestling reference in.
Yeah.
I did these. Started these notes. I started these notes on January 31st. So that's how long we've been playing. We've been busy, man.
Yeah, we've been busy.
You know, COVID and everything. We just haven't had time. We have not recorded near as much.
Well, life. It's in a way.
World Wrestling Entertainment put on one of their big 4 events on Saturday night, January 29th. They hosted the Warrior Rumble from St. Louis, Missouri. The event saw the WWE Championship change hands as 2 former MMA fighters battled it out, with Bobby Lashley defeating Brock Lesnar. Lesnar would then enter the Warrior Rumble event in the night and win it, while also returning former MMA star Ronda Rousey would enter the Women's Warrior Rumble match and win it. Thus, they both secured main event title matches at the Show for WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, coming up in April.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, she's making her WWE money now. She was part of WWE in 2019. 2018 came in. She took some time off. Her and Travis Brown, I think. She banging Travis Brown, or maybe it's Brandon Schaub.
You ever seen her all dolled up? She don't look that bad.
Oh, she's a beautiful woman. Anyway, she just had her first kid a few months back, so now she's ready to get back on the road. So that's exciting. Oh, and fun fact. You know what the NFL Combine is? Yeah. Okay. Did you know somewhere in the last 7 to 10 years, John Calipari and a bunch of other coaches kind of put together an NBA Combine?
Right.
So now, and I don't know how, Vince McMahon has all empowering reach in the world, but somehow now World Wrestling Entertainment is sending scouts to NBA and NFL combines, and they are talking to some of these guys and potentially signing them to name, image, and likeness contracts, which is basically contracts where people have a lot of following on social media.
Okay.
And some of these guys, if they talk a little further, they sign them to future talent contracts, which gives them a chance to come down to Orlando and train at WWE's world-renowned Performance Center, where they're just looking for stars of the future for the sport of professional wrestling.
That makes sense.
But it's kind of cool that pro wrestling is just getting into these combines. But at the end of the day, you know, this ain't the same wrestling that we talk about. This ain't the shit that, you know, you seen in the 70s.
Right.
These kids are athletic as fuck.
Right.
These kids could be on the gridiron. They could be on the court.
Right.
They could be on the ice, on the diamond. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
it's smart.
Yeah, it's smart. Real smart.
Okay. So I just made a joke off air that was not very funny. Because I paused it. And Kurt goes, "Are we still recording?" Kurt, let's pay another bill real quick. Why not? Well, you know, we usually save her for last, but since she was next on the list, why don't we just go ahead and plug our sweet girl, Nana. So, guys, check out Nana's Aroma LLC. Hey, Valentine's Day's coming up.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, what a sweet gift. Check out Nana's Aromas LLC. Check out nanasaromas.com. She's got a Facebook page. She's located in beautiful Palmyra, Indiana, located not far from the Crawford County line into Harrison County.
Beautiful country.
Beautiful countryside up there. Call her to schedule an appointment for her little store there. COVID-19 related. Nana takes COVID extremely seriously. But every candle is custom made by Nana from start to finish, even the labeling, hand wicking. She does more than just candles too, guys. There's air fresheners, there's warmer melts, just the works. And Kurt and I always say our favorite thing, and that's actually pretty smart too. She makes every batch in small quantities, and you're like, well, fuck, you don't get no production out that way. Well, you can better QC your product that way. So
it's a very good product.
She sent us a free candle, blueberry cream cheesecake.
I wanted to eat it.
Kurt wanted to eat the candle. We lit it over here that night.
Man, it smelled great.
She sent us a free candle. Didn't have to. Told her we'd promote her anyways. But guys, give Nana a call at 812-972-3670. That's 812-972-3670. Nana does ship all over the United States. And you can message her on Facebook or check out our website for literally hundreds, and I mean hundreds of different flavors of candles. So
candle lovers out there, you get
and Valentine's Day's coming up, y'all. Like, seriously.
yeah.
So
There you go.
we love you, Nana.
Yeah.
Kurt and I love you.
Yes, ma'am.
She's such a sweetheart. I can't believe I fucking lost the notes. I couldn't find them. You see me over there.
Yeah. Good thing we had these back up.
Well, good thing I printed yours off.
Yeah,
We've been
for sure.
fucked. So, we don't talk soccer.
No, but I got to see a butt coming out of here.
And we don't talk tennis. But I would watch tennis over soccer.
Yeah, I would too. I don't understand the whole scoring system. Love,
Right.
at one point it's 15 all of a sudden. But anyway, yeah,
And I don't watch a lot of tennis.
I don't either. But
If it's on somewhere
Yeah, I
and
have.
it's all I got, I'll watch it.
I have watched tennis before.
But since we're talking about some of the things that's going on in the world of sports since we recorded last when I had COVID like 3 or 4 weeks ago, whatever it was, something big happened in tennis. And I kind of want to go over it.
Yeah, by all means.
You're like, there's a butt in your mouth. You could just see it. There's a butt. Okay, so in women's tennis, there's the Kornikova chick, and then there's the Williams sisters,
Right,
Venus and Serena.
right.
In men's tennis, there's Roger Federer,
Yeah,
Novak Djokovic,
yeah,
and Rafael Nadal.
yeah.
And that's it. That's the hierarchy. So some shit happened with Rafael Nadal that I want to really cover just because I think it's neat as shit.
Left-handed. Left-handed.
I think he's a southpaw.
He's southpaw,
I think he is.
yeah.
So, anyways, Rafael Nadal just won a record 21st Grand Slam. I think I put that in there right. Let me hang on. Searching for inspiration when he was down 2 sets and facing a triple break point with his prospects of a win. Yeah, so he did win at 21st because said with his prospects of winning. Rafael dug deep. He survived an immediate threat from some guy whose name I cannot fucking pronounce. Daniel Medvedev. I don't know. It's a lot of vowels and consonants, and I kind of. Anyways, I'm not going to go through all this, but they had a 5 hour. It was like 5 hours and 24 minutes. This match.
Shit.
He's 35 years old now. He's a Spaniard. He's a super great guy. He's a hell of an athlete. And you know what? I'm one of these idiots that say soccer's not a real sport, tennis isn't a real sport, which I just like to stir the pot. They are real sports. Both sports, even fucking soccer,
yes.
Both sports require a lot of
Fix your
athletic
time
ability, a lot of mental toughness.
Soccer needs to fix their time.
I know.
Timekeeping.
Okay, you know what? You keep trying to interject. Go ahead. What is your beef with the soccer scoring?
Well, I mean, 3 periods of 20 minutes, but it always ends up going over 20 minutes. I don't get it. I mean, every time they take the ball out of bounds, if the ball goes out, the clock needs to stop, eh? And they count it backwards, too.
That's the part that pisses you off more than anything.
Yes, I mean, what the heck? Anyway, I just had to get that out. They needed to fix something with their timekeeping.
So,
well, it's a guesstimation of how much time is the ball spent. I don't really get it. I'm sorry, but
so anyways, the 35-year-old, the 35-year-old Rafael Nadal now has one more major title than both Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic, his longtime rivals in this and the other two parts of the so-called Big Three. There you go. It's them three and it's everybody else. He was the only one of the three who had a chance to claim the record solo in Australia. Federer is coming from knee surgery. And Novak Djokovic has been deported from Australia on the eve of the tournament because, which if you've been paying attention to news, Djokovic is not vaccinated against COVID-19 and he refuses to be vaccinated.
Well,
so now here you have professional athletes taking a stand against this.
Right.
And again, you know, I've said this before on my personal Facebook, and I'm gonna say it right here on the show. If you're not vaccinated, good for you. I fucking support that. I'm proud of you for standing up what you fucking believe in. That's fantastic. If you are vaccinated, which I am, good for you. I'm proud of you for standing up for something you believe in, thinking that you're going to help the world or help some. That's great. That's fantastic. I personally, Jared Craig Atkins right here, running a shitty podcast with my best friend that, only people we know really listen to it. I personally do not give a fuck whether you are vaccinated or unvaccinated against COVID.
Right.
To each their own. I made a decision in July of last year when I lost a man who I'd known for 11 or 12 years, who meant the fucking world to me, who was one of my best friends. He was the best boss I ever worked for. Sorry, Adam. He was the best boss I ever worked for. When I lost him due to COVID, when I talked to him last 3 weeks before he slipped into a coma and I never got to fucking talk to him again, I made a decision to get vaccinated for myself because of what he went through. That's my business. I don't need anybody telling me great job. I don't need anybody telling me I'm an idiot. Mind your business. Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. You support it, great. You don't, that's great too. Personally, don't give a fuck. But now you've got professional athletes taking a stand against this.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, yes, I know what you was getting ready to say. I can see it in your eyeballs. I was vaccinated and then I caught COVID. I know.
Well,
you don't even have to say no more.
I'm so over the whole thing, dude.
It's 2 years now.
It's 2 years.
December of 2019, I was working in Alabama with Jeremy. December of 2019, a month and a half before I bought you. That was the first time I heard about COVID. Been going on now for fucking ever.
It's not going to end, brother. There's going to be another variant coming along soon. I'll bet you.
Anyways, we got to get back to this or I'm going to get pissed off. So, Rafael Nadal and this dude, they're slugging it out on the tennis court. A human rights activist, I was searching for the words, I guess you would call it a human rights guy, ran across the tennis court in the early hours of the morning, so then they had to delay the match for a while, and then Nadal's opponent was bitching about some stuff, and he was getting the officials to quiet the crowd down because the crowd was too loud and it was affecting his ability to play better. Yeah, so anyways, there's something else I put down in here. For me, it's just amazing, Nadal would say, adding that only 6 weeks ago, I didn't know if I'd be able to play on the tour again. Rafael Nadal won his first Australian Open title in 2009, then lost the other 4 finals here. His conversion rate in major finals is now 21 out of 29. Djokovic was chasing the same record at the U.S. Open last year and on a calendar year Grand Slam when he lost. Federer also had his chance at 21, but Djokovic stopped that after match-saving points en route to winning the 2019 Wimbledon final. So basically, as I said, in women's tennis, the big three, you got the Kornikova chick, or whatever her name is, and then you've got Venus and Serena. And then on the men's side, it's Nadal, Djokovic, Federer. And I just thought that was cool, because I know we don't talk soccer, we rarely talk, but I had to put this in here.
Right. I've watched tennis before, yeah.
I got a little bit of golf, and then we're going to get into some great shit. I got a lot of boxing and MMA news. And you got to keep in mind, these notes were started January 31st.
Yeah, so there's going to be some new stuff.
Yeah, so there's some stuff and like I said, some more shits came out since I printed the notes for Kurt. But we're going to be skipping around a little bit. The PGA, at the time that I wrote this, Pebble Beach was going on, getting ready to fire up. So there's that. The PGA Tour's, it was kind of already been in swing, but now here we are. We're a month away from spring, basically. And Jon Rahm, number 1 ranked golfer in the world right now. So yeah, that's all I have very little golf shit. Yeah, sorry.
He's on fire right now, actually. Well,
he is.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Now, high five. Love you, dog. Couldn't do the show without you. It sucked the week you quit on me. Quitter. You're a quitter. But I got several pieces of boxing and MMA news here. You ready to dive into some of this? Okay. So the UFC is really close right now to finalizing a lightweight bout at 155 pounds. Lightweight division has always been one of my favorite. Between Cowboy Donald Cerrone and Joe Lauzon, in April. Multiple sources have told ESPN that this fight will take place on UFC Fight Night on April 30th if they can get the deal inked.
I haven't heard much about Cerrone recently.
No. He's Cerrone is 36-16 and has not fought since a first round TKO loss to Alex Morano in May of this past year. Cerrone's got some beautiful kicks.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
God, he's educated feet. So the former UFC and WEC title challenger has suffered a loss in his last 5 official appearances, but has fought very stiff competition along the way. In addition to his bout loss this past swing, Cerrone's losses have come against Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, and Anthony Pettis. Showtime Anthony Pettis. He's, wow.
Yeah.
A fan favorite among UFC fans for several years. Cerrone's last win came against Al Iaquinta in May of 2019. He holds the most wins in UFC history with 23. Joe, 28-15, is a 15-year UFC veteran. The 37-year-old has not fought since a first-round finish of Jonathan Purse in October 2019. The UFC has yet to announce a main event for the April 30th card.
I wonder what would be a good main event there.
I have been a bad MMA fan about the last year. I've had my heads... So the songwriting started,
right.
And then I took a break from the songwriting so we could get the podcast brand built, and then the podcast is just taking over everything I fucking do. So I spend more time looking up sports here lately than I do actually reading sports,
right?
Or watching sports. So I don't know. I can tell you who's a real top guy. Boxing.
Okay.
I love women boxing.
Really. I don't know.
I got some women boxing.
I don't know if I've ever watched.
You know what?
A woman's boxing match.
Some people don't think that that's a good sport. Some people think it's, too barbaric. But I don't look... I dropped my cigarette. I don't see... Oh, I'm going to take the whole table out. I got it! Fat man got it! I don't look at two women... I look at them still as athletes. And in a cat fight, these are well-trained, these are well-oiled machines.
Right.
Putting gloves on,
right.
Regulations, mouth guards. They're getting in there and they're boxing because this woman's like, this bitch is like, I'm a better bitch than this bitch, and this is going to...
So it turns you on somewhat.
Don't make it like that. It's sports. You watch women's wrestling in the WWE?
Yeah, the UFC women...
Well, that's pretty damn good too.
There's pretty damn good wrestling fighting going on there. I like it. I just tell it's scrappy.
It's a tremendous sport. One of the more badass young ladies on the rise is bantamweight boxer Ebony Bridges, and she's about to get her second. This has got me real excited. Ebony Bridges is about to get her second world title shot in the span of about a year. The Aussie badass faces IBF women's bantamweight champion Marcella Cecilia Roman on March 26th. And Leeds, England. This promises to be a great fight. I haven't bought a pay-per-view boxing-wise in like 5 years.
But you might
buy this one just because I want to see.
They got to have nicknames. What's their nicknames?
I didn't put them in there.
Oh, dang it! It's gonna be good. I just know it.
We've got some men's boxing news too. Errol Spence, you've heard of him?
No.
And Ugas. I can't pronounce his name. I don't know. Ugas or Ogus. This one I don't know. I know who Errol Spence is, but the guy he's facing, Yordanis Ugas or Ugas, I don't know. They'll unify their welterweight titles April 16th at AT&T Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The bout will be Spence's third at home of the Dallas Cowboys venue. He defeated Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia, no relation, at the venue in 2019 and 2020 respectively. The deal was finalized in December, as ESPN reported, but the fight wasn't announced until 2 months later as Premier Boxing Champions officials sought to lock in a date and venue. Spence will put his WBC and IBF titles on the line and will be making his second comeback from significant injury. The 31-year-old was involved in a single-car accident in October 2019 that hospitalized him for days and sidelined him out of the ring for months. A planned August 2021 fight with the legendary Manny Pacquiao was derailed after he underwent surgery to repair a detached retina, which is pretty serious shit.
Yeah, that'd be pretty serious.
Now, Ugas is 27-4 with 12 knockouts. He stepped in on 11 days' notice and scored the upset of Pacquiao via unanimous decision. Now, he will defend his WBTA title in a 3-belt unification. The 35-year-old Cuban and Errol Spence have one common opponent, which has been Sean Porter. Spence defeated Porter in a brutal September 2019 fight, and it was brutal. Spence beat the dog shit out of him. I seen the clips the next morning. Spence beat the dog shit out of him. Anyways, 6 months later, Ugas dropped a controversial split decision to Porter. Spence is 27-0 with 21 knockouts and rated number 2 at 147 pounds by ESPN. Ugas is one spot behind. Terrence Crawford, who holds the other welterweight title, is the current number 1 ranked welterweight in the world.
Some boxing news. I haven't followed boxing much since
Not
Tyson.
years.
I'm saying Tyson era. That's been a minute.
Probably my second favorite episode we ever did.
Yeah,
Tyson versus
That
Ali.
was good. Yeah, I liked it.
We're going to do another one of those, too.
What are you thinking?
Tyson versus Foreman.
Okay.
Think about that. Think about that for a minute. Sidebar. Think about that for a minute. We talked about that. Why did these two never fight?
Well,
Everybody in the 90s wanted to see Tyson step in the ring with Foreman. Because Foreman was coming to the end of his career.
Yeah, the
but
tail
he could still
Yeah,
go. Like,
yeah.
There was a chance there.
I'd say
People walk into that fight thinking like Foreman could take him. Like
Right,
Foreman was
right.
still at that much of a high peak. Tyson would never fight him.
I don't know.
And the chance that we do another boxing episode, I've really been thinking about Tyson versus Foreman.
Has there been any thoughts? Anybody heard any comments from Tyson why they wouldn't fight?
I'm sure it would just be, I had too much respect for him. Too much respect. I broke my back. My back is broken.
That's not a bad impersonation.
spinal.
It's not a bad impersonation now.
You sound like Rocky.
Right? Yeah, yo, Adrian.
Yo, Paulie.
Yo, boy, you got a smart mouth. Man.
Yo, Paulie.
Yo, Mick. Yeah.
You are a fucking idiot. You want to have a little puck talk?
Puck it. Yeah.
Puck. So last weekend, the NHL All-Star break was here. Don't got a really lot to point on this. I had it wrote down. I don't remember which divisions won, whatever. Basically, we're at the halfway point of the season. The NHL continues to really be the only league of the Big Four that watches COVID at the rate that they do. They are always putting guys in a COVID protocol. I think that would be because of the Big Four. They're the ones that has the most teams across the border. So there's always border travel.
Right.
Other than that, though, any given night of the week, there's guaranteed to be a hockey game on. Chances are it won't disappoint. On the NHL app, and I also have ESPN Plus, which is $6. Through those two apps, I can virtually watch any hockey game I want that's not on TV.
That's pretty
so
cool.
I can always catch a hockey game.
How are you praised then?
Second place in their division, better record than your Pens. Your Pens are like third or fourth in the division.
Bullshit, we're fucking second, bud.
I forgot.
Now,
Kyle-
hold on.
He's
When
a
I
big-
looked, when I printed these notes off the other day,
He's a big Penguins fan.
when
The
I...
last time I checked, we were second.
Well, I mean, that could have changed, but when I printed these notes off Tuesday,
We pulled W out of our ass. Yeah.
so as of Tuesday,
As of Tuesday.
the Preds were second in their division, and the Pens were third or fourth in their division.
They're both looking like they're playoff bound, though.
I smoke way too many cigarettes. Okay, so here's the first thing where we get to. We're going to go through all the notes that are printed, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
So, you want to talk some NBA hoops?
Yeah, let's do the
Okay. There's been a lot to cover. Something that I briefly wanted to touch on. LeBron, kind of got hurt a little bit.
Right.
Prior to him getting injured, LeBron was
on fire.
Was in the best
He's in a zone.
scoring zone of his career.
Yeah, for sure.
Like lights out.
Lights
like
out.
I wanted to put that in there, and then I forgot about it when I printed it. But I remember it, I've said in there, touch on it. Prior to him getting injured a few weeks back, which it's not a major injury, he's missing a little bit here or there, but he's for several weeks before that.
He's
in
scoring every way possible.
the best scoring zone of his career, playing some of the best ball of his career.
yeah.
It's like his IQ's only gotten better with age.
There you go.
He's seen everything
How many times do we touch on IQ?
all the time.
All the time.
The basket's the size of a goddamn elephant
Yeah,
right now.
Wow.
So, as of this writing in your notes, the trade deadline was Thursday. These notes were printed 2 days prior. So a lot of shit to talk about here. The Pacers made some moves. And we'll get to that too. The Cavaliers acquired Caris LeVert from the Pacers for the expiring contract of Ricky Rubio, who's out for the season after an ACL tear. The Cavaliers protected lottery first-round pick, 2 second-round picks. So Cavaliers would get LeVert, 2022 second-round pick via Miami. The Pacers would get Ricky Rubio, 2022 first-round pick, lottery protected, 2022 second-round pick via Houston, and a 2027 second-round pick. The Pacers will be thrilled to get this kind of value for LeVert, who never quite got off the mark in Indiana. He was acquired for Victor Oladipo as an offshoot of last season's deal, sending James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets, who will be involved in some information coming your way just shortly. Indiana could still add more between the trade deadline and now, which they did. The Pacers continue to engage in trade talks about Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis. Which we're coming in just seconds. They dealt Sabonis.
Yeah.
The Pacers would end up then a day or two later. They would send Sabonis to the Sacramento Kings for a package that includes Tyrese Halliburton. The Pacers are including Jeremy Lamb and Justin Holiday in a 2027 second-round pick in exchange for Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. The Kings paid a little bit of a hefty price parting with Halliburton. He was the 12th overall pick in 2020. The Kings' backcourt now revolves around point guard De'Aaron Fox and rookie De'Vion Mitchell. Halliburton was averaging 14, 7, and 3. He is tied for 6th in the league in steals per game and 11th in assists. The Pacers are really reshaping the roster a little bit here now.
Do they have something they could build around now?
Well, hang on. So the Pacers are reshaping the roster with the trades of Sabonis and Caris LeVert this week, and Indiana now adds Halliburton to a revamped backcourt that includes Malcolm Brogdon and rookie Chris Dart. The Pacers create a $6 million trade exception in the deal. The trade will likely have significant impact on Miles Turner's future. Adam and I have talked about this. So I can't remember how many years now it's been that they drafted Miles Turner. It's somewhere in the last 5 years, maybe 6 years. I have never been sold on Miles Turner. Now, I'm not saying he's not a great player. He is a phenomenal player. He's a beast down in the paint. I've not been sold on him as being the guy that you build a team around.
Right. I figured Sabonis would be something you could build
he's
around.
not a Shaq.
Right.
I'm still the mentality you don't... And people have criticized me this. You know, this is the great thing about sports podcasts. A lot of it's opinion-based.
Right.
Some of it, I'm the guy that says you don't build around a center.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Right.
You build around your backcourt.
Guards, right.
You build around your backcourt. You can put people in the paint. You can put somebody in at the 3 and the 4. Anyways.
Well, unless you're just that dominant in the paint. There's not been a Shaq for a while.
Sabonis is only 25. He was averaging 18, 12, and 5. He's had 34 double-doubles this season, trailing only Jokic and Rudy Gobert. Buddy Hield, and we will get to this in the very next paragraph.
Scorer, right?
Buddy Hield is third in the NBA in three-pointers this season, trailing only Steph Curry and Fred VanVleet. Hield is owed $63 million through 2023 and 2024 on his contract. Since entering the NBA in 2016-2017, Hield has connected 1,300 three-pointers. Only Curry and James Harden have made more during that run. I am extremely excited about Buddy Hield coming in to play in Indiana. 2014, 2015, 2016, whatever it was. I loved watching Buddy ball out at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
NBA busts are a dime a dozen these days, but this was one kid I always put stock in. So now here's your chance, Kurt. This is your baby. You have came up with the future episode. You titled it a million times. Why did I put Packers 2 in the notes? Why do the Pacers general manage to be average? So here's your chance to say something.
I really don't understand it. I mean, whether Indiana is supposed to be the basketball capital, we don't play. I don't know. Our team don't draft that way. I don't know. I don't get it. Why would Sabonis be something you could build around? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Buddy Hield. He's a great shooter.
Maybe that was just my own way of saying that I think Miles Turner kind of sucks, and I just don't want to get a heat for it.
Well,
you could have built around Sabonis, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I don't think you could build around Miles Turner, no. But Sabonis, maybe. It's just kind of odd how we draft to be average. I don't get it.
Tuesday morning, before I printed the notes Tuesday morning, the Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum era ended in Portland. McCollum is heading out of New Orleans to pair with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. Think about that. So you've got two Dukies there together with Ingram and Zion Williamson, and now you've got not a dominant lights-out shooter, but a solid shooter in C.J. McCollum. Like a nice complimentary piece.
Right. He could score.
Days before last week, Friday, the Clippers traded Eric Bledsoe, Justice Winslow, another Dookie, and Keon Johnson and second-round picks to the Trailblazers for Norman Powell and Robert Covington. A few weeks ago, the Hawks traded Cam Reddish. You know where he played?
No, I do not.
Duke.
Pretty
sure. To the New York Nuggets. Or the New York Knicks.
I wonder what you talked about there for a minute. Dookie. What now?
Dookie. So what else we got? Tuesday night, it was announced that Washington Wizards guard Bradley Beal is planning to undergo season-ending surgery on his left wrist. That's going to hurt them. Beal is a 3-time All-Star who will be eligible to sign a 5-year, $245 million contract with the Wizards this summer.
He could fill it up, too.
That's a lot of scratch.
That's a lot of scratch. Absolutely.
Beal has a $36.4 million player option for next season.
Wow.
So now this is where it gets interesting. Because like I said, I printed these Tuesday. We have more shit to put out.
Now I am thinking
we're
about
on
them
page,
damn contracts again.
We're on page 14 of 18. So we're doing good. Look at it. Man, I bring you these notes, and look, you get them all stained up at work.
Look at
this. Those are your glove prints. Those are my glove print. Look at that. That looks like cutting fluid.
Chances are it probably is cutting fluid.
Oh, God.
My bad.
So this is where it gets interesting because we're going to come back around to this. I don't think I'm going to stop the notes to touch on it, but we're going to come back around to it. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, and I love Woj. Woj is a very reputable source. Woj reported on SportsCenter that the 76ers continued to be willing to take Ben Simmons into the offseason.
He can't shoot.
The 76ers, though, are looking for a star player in return, and they would talk to anyone about a Simmons trade, but they're not looking to make a deal for a good player and a role player.
He can't shoot.
Will you shush? So, what? Okay, here.
Thank you.
Wait.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. He can't.
I'm gonna have your son smack the shit out of you. Huh? So Doyle's not here, but Kurt's oldest boy's here. He just said he'd smack the shit out of Kurt for us. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. 4 weeks ago, roughly, when I printed these, January 11th, 76ers president of basketball operations, Daryl Morey. You know Daryl Morey. He reached out to Brooklyn Nets general manager Sean Marks, to inquire about James Harden. Which was pretty much, I assume that was met with this. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. I'd like to say it one more time. He reached out to the Brooklyn Nets about James Harden, to which it was met with this. I'm I'm very proud of myself. I put that together. I segued that very nice.
Yes, very
You're
nice.
calling about who? James Harden. Is he and he cuts him off. He just cuts him off. Marks responded, quote, fuck no. This exchange represented the single direct communication between Morey and Marks this season. But now, with 2 days to go before the deadline, the stalemate remains. The Sixers plan to pursue Harden at any cost, while the Nets have no intention of surrendering him. Oh, but they fucking did.
Yep.
2 days later, we'll get back to that.
I wonder what happened there.
So, Kurt, remember what I said, that we're going to be skipping around a lot?
Yep.
So, back to Major League Baseball.
Right on. MLB.
I sent you a link the other day.
Yes.
Major League Baseball has stopped testing players for steroids for the first time in 20 years due to the expiration of the sports drug agreement.
What?
If I had a boo button right now,
Exactly. Boo.
oh God, if I had a fucking boo button.
Man, that's incredible news there, really.
Insiders for Major League Baseball spoke on the condition of anonymity on Monday, which would just be this week, Monday, because I finished these notes the day before. Because no public announcement has been made, the halt in testing is a casualty of the lockout that started December 2nd, and a provision in the joint drug agreement between MLB and the Players Association states that the termination date and time of this program shall be 11:59 Eastern on December 1st, 2021. It should be a major concern to all those who value fair play, said Travis Taggart, Chief Executive Officer of the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. MLB and the union declined to comment on the situation, and it's just kind of convenient because last month Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens were denied election into the Hall of Fame by the BWAA over suspicion of PEDs. Manny Ramirez and Alex Rodriguez, who both served drug extensions, fell well short in voting as well. Basically, drug testing is suspended. Now, how long this goes, we don't know. We're in the middle of this work stoppage, which we'll get to more about in a minute. But right now, they're suspending testing for PEDs. Not gonna lie, it kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Steroids is most important in baseball over the other big four. This is bullshit, but fuck it. Let everyone in the Hall of Fame now, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, they won't let Pete Rose in.
Yeah, let Pete Rose in.
We
Okay.
smoked too much.
We're back. Yeah, we were just cutting up with Kurt's oldest boy. And that's the beautiful thing about the pause button. They never know that we were out for like 20 minutes.
That's right.
Till I break the fourth wall and tell them. So, I got some more baseball stuff.
Right on.
Since a third of everything we seem to talk about is baseball related.
I love baseball.
I love baseball.
Me too.
But I didn't want to do a baseball podcast all the time. So it's not, now we cut,
Right.
But we seem to do our World Series recaps are like some of our most
I enjoy
downloaded
'em.
episodes.
I enjoy them. Takes me back to a time,
So I got something kind of cool.
Right on.
Back in August, a T206 Honus Wagner baseball card set a record for most expensive sports cards of our time when it sold for $6.6 million. Okay? The mythology of the T206 card is, the holy grail in sports card collecting, which might explain, the high value. Well, last weekend, just a week ago, SCP Auctions announced that they'd finalized the sale of a T206 Honus Wagner card for $475,000. Okay, so it's the same card, but it's sold for way less. It sold for little under $500,000.
I know the markets fluctuate a little bit.
Hang on. Now, there hasn't been a Wagner card sold for less than $1 million since before COVID, so what's the problem here?
Yeah.
This Wagner card was torn in half. They only have the top half corner. His jaw is missing, as is most of his torso.
Okay.
With the card receiving only a genuine categorization from the PSA. But still, just the top portion of a card sold for $475,000.
Man.
Okay.
Wow.
Here we go, Kurt. We are on page 16, so we've got 2 pages to go, plus the outlier stuff that we didn't get printed.
So a half a card would be $3 million, huh?
Roughly.
Roughly. He collects
So-
baseball cards?
I haven't anymore. I still got all my books with all my baseball, NHL, NASCAR, and hockey. I'll bring that over sometime.
Yeah, I'd check it out, dude.
So I got some good stuff. Got some Shaq rookie cards.
Right. I had 3 Cal Ripken Jr. rookie cards at one time. Maybe. Pretty good.
Got some Deion Sanders football and
There you
baseball
go.
cards.
There you go. Prime time.
But this is my show. This is Kurt's show. This is our show. I get and you know, some of this is opinion based, and in our opinion, the biggest story in sports right now, to me, has been the baseball lockout.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I figure we're going to spend some significant time on this a little bit.
I don't understand whether they're locked out, but
So the MLB lockout began on December 2nd, and it seems like very little progress has been made since. And to my knowledge, I haven't seen anything come across my ESPN, Bleacher Report, or my MLB app to say that anything has happened since I last checked on it Thursday. So unless I'm wrong, on Saturday morning here, I still assume the lockout is ongoing. And I fact-checked this after I put this in my notes, which is ironic because I should have fact-checked it before I put it in my notes. But I was being cocky, and I was right because I have in here a quote from me. If memory serves me right, this is the first work stoppage since the 1994-1995 season.
yeah.
And that is correct.
That's correct, yes.
So, the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, is the negotiated contract basically that governs every aspect of the working relation between Major League Baseball players and team owners. It expired at midnight on December 1st. So officially, there's no baseball. What that means is, here we are now,
Yeah.
a month away from,
We
you know,
should be in, yeah,
spring training should be
yeah.
firing up. You know, the season, you know, gets started at the end of March, beginning of April, just depending on when they do it. No baseball is going on. There's no draft. There's no free agency. There's no team meetings. New skippers can't meet with players. Players can't go to. There's nothing baseball related allowed to take place. It is a complete work stoppage on all sides. The player side, the management side, the team owners.
Not a good time for that, folks. I mean,
Now this is not a strike. There's 2 kinds of labor stoppages in baseball. A strike is when the labor side, as the players, put a halt to operations. A lockout is when the management side, the team owners in this instance, initiate the stoppage. A lockout basically means that the free agency process would be frozen with some big names still on the market. Since all transactions will be put on hold, a lockout means no trades can happen, players will be barred from using team facilities, and if the stoppage lasts for more than just a few days, then the winter meetings and Rule 5 draft will be canceled and postponed indefinitely. If a lockout stretches into January, which now it has,
right.
then the exchange of arbitration figures between eligible players and their teams will be delayed. Get well into January, we already passed there, without an agreement, and the spring training schedule could be, for lack of better words, completely fucked. The worst case scenario is that the lockout lasts long enough to force the rescheduling or even cancellation of the entire regular season games.
We're about there.
It's a bit premature, though, to think that that's what's going to happen, but it does look like
Nobody's budged. on
nobody's budging right now. Rob Manfred spoke Thursday. As you can see, this is the little slip of paper off my
Right. desk
at work where I write all my notes about things. You know, Manfred speaks on the lockout, which we'll get to that. Like owners, players aren't typically fond of moving forward with the usual off-season and in-season calendar events without a CBA in place. Can't blame them.
Right.
So the players would then strike to close at the start of the season. So owners don't want the players to gain a lot of leverage usually. So a lockout well in advance of spring training is some ways what's the word I'm looking for? A preemptive measure on the part of the owners and Commissioner Manfred. The aim is not to accelerate the pace of the CBA, though, but it's more likely that the players will bend to owners and will on multiple fronts. So I have a quote here. This shutdown is a dramatic measure regardless of the timing, said an MLB Players Association personnel. It is not required by law or for any other reason. It was the owner's choice, plain and simple, specifically calculated to pressure players into relinquishing rights and benefits and abandoning good faith bargaining proposals that will benefit not just players but the game and industry.
We hope.
So let me ask you, is this about money, greed, and control?
Oh, what else could it be about?
Go ahead and speak on that. Let me just see if we have any latest news here.
Well, don't you agree that it's got to be what it's about? Power. I just don't think it's good for baseball right now. Absolutely not.
Okay. Oh, my ex-wife just sent me a picture of the girls. My son must be over at her dad's. He likes to hang out with his grandpa.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, they look adorable. Anyways, gotta stay focused on business here. I need to look. I got on here just to look. Let me check my MLB app just to see, just because here we are on Saturday morning.
February 11th?
February 12th.
12th?
You need to download that MLB app, dude.
Okay, I will.
Let me see just news in general here.
I had it a couple years ago.
Okay, here we go. This came down yesterday. So, Major League Baseball plans to make a new proposal to the MLB Players Association on a Saturday as Commissioner Rob Manfred remains optimistic a deal can get done in time. So, let me just skim this. The regular season is scheduled to begin March 31st. Let's see if I can get pull anything else out of this. Its prior proposals, the league has offered to raise minimum salaries to create a centrally funded pre-arbitration bonus pool to reward young players for their performance. Manfred estimated, that between an increase in minimum salaries and a pre-arbitration bonus pool, players would see an increase in hundreds of millions of dollars over the term life of the new CBA. This isn't even getting into valuing things like additional DH jobs, which were high-paying jobs rather than low-paying jobs, the elimination of draft choice compensation, which would tend to increase players' salaries. You're talking about a lot of money on the table here. So basically, they're still...
they don't look good.
It don't look good.
Baseball, bad timing.
Very much. Baseball, bad timing. Let me get this going here.
I mean,
we'll pay another bill, bro.
That's not the formula for putting asses in the seats, I'll tell you that.
You love that, don't
yes,
you?
I do. If I can get slipped in there anywhere, I will.
Asses in the seats. All right, doofus. Let's have check another one here. Whoa, that's loud. All right, guys. So check out Black Rifle Coffee Company. They're a veteran-owned company. Check them out on Facebook and their .com. There's cool swag for men and women. Great coffee, tremendous energy drinks, something for anyone. Kurt and I love to promote anything that's veteran-owned. This is no longer a small-time company. This is big-time. You can check them out in all your local grocery stores, CVS pharmacies, gas stations. They have an energy drink that my diabetes does not enjoy, but I love them. They're espresso shot energy drink. But
Booster.
it certainly just perks you right up. Wow, that was very animated.
What's animated?
Perks you right up.
I mean, no, holy crap, yes.
The Macho Man Randy. Oh, yeah. Elizabeth. Oh, okay, we got to stop. Okay. So, do you have anything else you want to add?
I just had it's bad time for the baseball deal right now. I don't know. It don't look very promising.
Bad time for baseball.
Well, I mean, they're at the lowest ratings, aren't they? Still?
I don't know. Probably close to it, I would say.
I mean, that's not going to help it any.
No. Okay, let's switch gears.
All right.
Okay. This was your idea for a current events episode,
Yes.
even though some of it's not completely current anymore, but it kind of still is. So we bounced around all episodes,
Yeah,
so why not bounce back? You want some more puck talk?
Puck it. Bring
Puck
it
it.
on.
So there was a hockey game that took place a couple weeks ago on a Friday night between the New York Rangers and the Minnesota Wild. At Madison Square Garden, the Mecca, the world's most famous arena,
Right.
the holy ground for professional wrestling,
Right.
the Knicks' home territory, the New York Rangers' home territory.
Yeah.
And they were all there to honor the king. Now, hang on, not Wayne Gretzky. We're talking the king
Elvis Presley?
of the Rangers,
Oh.
Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah.
A 7th round selection in the 2000 NHL draft would go on to become the ultimate goaltender, and his jersey would be raised to the rafters that night. He played 887 regular season games and in 130 postseason contests, all while wearing Rangers jerseys.
Pretty impressive.
With 459 wins, Henrik Lundqvist leaves the game as the winningest goaltender in Rangers history and in European history, placing 6th all-time on the NHL's list. But his contributions on the ice would pale in comparison to some of the things he would do off of it. He was the backbone of the Rangers in the goal and in the community. He was a philanthropist. He was involved in a lot of charity work.
Word of
He
the
started
day.
philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
He did a lot of things off the ice too. A lot of foundation work, charity work. He created his own charity. His reach is global. He helped bring Sweden a gold medal in the 2000 Olympics, winning. I have a lot in here about this just because it's hockey talk. Let me see. Just kind of. After his run of dominance began, retiring his jersey was a foregone conclusion. 2 years without. This was 2 years after he retired. Blue carpet covered the ice at Madison Square Garden. On one end, set chairs and a podium with a large number 30, which was his jersey number, right? Chants of Henrik filled MSG. His wife and children were there. His twin brother was there. They listened to the legendary voice of Sam Rosen host the fabulous event. The fans were chanting. He walked on the ice. The Rangers gave the Swedish netminder numerous gifts, including a custom electric guitar painted by Dave Gunnarsson, who was Lundqvist's mask goalie artist. He received custom gifts from Louis Vuitton, a bottle of wine paying homage to his wine lottery days, a case of pucks, one from each of his 64 regular season shutouts, 10 postseason shutouts. The former Rangers goaltender and current ESPN analyst Kevin Weeks gave a heartfelt speech. Some fans tried to ruin the evening with their screeching in between every word the 15-year veteran would speak. And then, of course, the number 30 got raised to the ceiling. There was a capacity crowd that night on January 28th. And let's see.
Well, a safe bet to be ambassador for the sport.
Exactly. As consistent as they come, Lundqvist was the sole reason the Rangers had a decade-long run in the playoffs, 3 conference final appearances, 1 Stanley Cup final appearance. He dominated the most significant moments both internationally and in the NHL. A fan favorite, a legend, a role model, and I would just like to applaud him because he's one of the best goalies to ever do it. What a fucking career. What a moment.
Yep.
Okay, now, what we're going to talk about next, you got to keep in mind, this was Tuesday evening. It was probably about 11:30 Tuesday night, running into midnight Wednesday morning. And I'm working on this while this dodo bird sitting to my right's already asleep because he's an old man. And I'm the guy that stays up till 12, 1, 2 in the morning and then gets up at 5 and goes to work. So I had a joke. And had there not been any more news come out, this would have been perfect. But then more news came down that we have to cover now after I do this, which just fucked everything.
Oh, man.
So the original joke was, all right, Kurt, have we missed anything? I mean, I'm sure there are tons of things to cover. We'd never be done, but we got to wrap it up. Did we miss anything? And then Kurt was going to look at me and go, oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, wait, what, did I miss something? I did? And then it was going to go, the joke was going to go, oh, yeah, some fucking quarterback that played in New England and Tampa Bay retired this week. What was that guy's name? Well, now that joke's kind of fucking ruined because of all the additional shit we got to cover on the back end because it's been such a busy sports week.
It's been busy. Yeah, Tom Brady.
I need a cigarette for this.
Tom Brady.
Go ahead and take it away, Kurt. Anything you want to say?
What can you say? What a career.
Cheetah.
That's right.
All right. Here we go.
Yep.
So 2 weeks prior to this, or a week prior to this, there was rumors coming out Tom Brady was going to retire. Somebody jumped the gun, said he announced his retirement. Tom Brady and his agent had got back on there and say nobody said shit. So another week went by. Then it came down.
Yeah.
So TB12, Tom Brady is retiring. The son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I hate this guy.
Oh,
But damn it.
yeah.
I gotta give him. I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah, I know where you're going. Yep.
But I gotta give him the respect he deserves. The douchebag. He's capping off a 22-year career. Well, some say he will go down as the GOAT. Not me. I will not
Me neither.
ever give him
Credit.
GOAT status.
No.
I don't care. You can sit me with 100 fucking facts. I'm never gonna give Tom Brady GOAT status. Never.
Hey, man, I guess this guy's serious, man.
I'm getting paid. I'm getting sick.
Yeah.
Did you see me how
Yeah,
red I was turning?
Yeah, you're turning red, yes. I agree, though. No,
I'm never
no.
going to give the son of a bitch GOAT status. I'll tell him he's top 3 all time, top 2 all time.
That's it.
If I'm giving anybody GOAT status over him, it's going to be Peyton or it's going to be Unitas.
Yeah, I'll agree with that for sure. Yeah.
Okay, onward. Here we go. So
Cheater.
he fades off into the sunset, holding pretty much every meaningful
Yeah.
record. 7 fucking Super Bowl titles. Not only does he have more Super Bowls than any player in league history, but the 7th title he won with the Buccaneers last season surpasses the Steelers and his former Patriots. He has the most Super Bowls won by a franchise.
Yes. Boo.
He has more Super
Yeah.
Bowl championships than any team in the league.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's that good at cheating. Huh.
The 44-year-old amassed $293 million in salary earnings during his playing career, and Forbes estimates that Brady has earned more than $160 million through off-field adventures. Tom Brady reached the playoffs 19 times, won 18 division titles, went 10-4 in conference championships, won 7-3 in Super Bowls.
And cheated 22 years somehow.
I won't call him a cheater.
I do.
I want to. He leaves behind a list of achievements that will be difficult to match. You ready for this?
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots in 2000 out of the University of Michigan, 199th overall. Appeared in 9 Super Bowls with the Patriots, winning 6 following the 2001, 2003, 2004, 2014, 2016, 2018 seasons. Won only Super Bowl with the Buccaneers in 2020. 3-time NFL MVP. Most Pro Bowl selections ever, 15. Most Super Bowl MVP awards, 5. Most career ones, 243. Most passing yards, 84,520. Most passes attempted, 11,317. Most passes completed, 7,263. Most passing touchdowns, 624. Most games started, 316. Most playoff games played, 47. Most playoff games won, 35. Most passing yards, 13,049. 2 more. Most passing yards in a playoff game, 505. And most playoff touchdowns at 86.
They forgot a couple, though.
What's that?
Been busted twice for cheating.
You just ain't gonna let it go, are you?
No, I'm not going to let it go. All right, Tom Brady.
Here we go.
All right.
Deflategate 2014,
Yeah.
Indianapolis AFC Championship game.
The game was
Deflated
over.
footballs are not what game was over. We
Game
weren't
was
going to
over.
win that game.
But still,
We weren't going to win that game.
Still, I busted outright.
So here you go. He went from the 199th pick of the 2000 draft to replacing an injured Drew Bledsoe in 2001, leading New England to Super Bowl victory over the heavily favored Rams that season. What if special episode, or what if specials? We've still never done one. Maybe one day. And now it's in our intro. What if Drew Bledsoe never got hurt?
Right. Would Tom Brady have stepped in? And
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
think so
I don't
either.
believe that. I mean, you didn't know what you had in him.
Right.
Nobody knew.
Right.
Drew Bledsoe don't get hurt. There's no Tom Brady.
When he started,
I'll die on this hill.
When he started at Michigan, though, he was the seventh string quarterback, I guess. When he went to Michigan,
Look at you doing research. I did not know that.
Worked his way up.
He led the Patriots to consecutive Super Bowl titles in 03 and 04. No team has since repeated as champions, by the way. New England wouldn't win another title for 10 years, twice losing to the Giants in the Super Bowl. Included a 17-14 beautiful defeat on February 3rd of 08, which prevented the Patriots from completing the perfect season.
Yes. Little old Eli.
2 years, let's see. He earned his fourth ring after the 2014 season, Seattle game. Why Seattle did not give Marshawn Lynch the ball.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to wonder.
Tom Brady, and I will die on this hill, and I've pissed some sports fans off on message boards and social media over the years. If Malcolm Butler does not intercept Russell Wilson, Tom Brady's gone from New England the next season.
I think so.
Because and you get to 2014-ish, 2013-ish, there was chattering, is Brady done? Garoppolo comes in about that time or I think. They give Marshawn Lynch the ball and they touch down, it's over. If Malcolm Butler saved Tom Brady in New England,
I agree.
I will fucking say that to Robert Kraft's face if I had the chance.
I agree.
So, and then, 2 years later, in the biggest Super Bowl comeback ever, he led the Patriots out of a 28-3 deficit with 3 or 4 minutes left in the third quarter against Atlanta to win the first overtime Super Bowl. Then they beat the Rams in 2019, and then he joined the Bucks in 2020, and then they won After starting his first game on September 30th of 2001, he was under center for every game except when he suffered a season-ending knee injury on the first play in Week 1 in 2008.
No,
and then the 4-game suspension in 2016.
And that there wasn't enough, I don't think.
Commissioner Goodell, their boys, an incredible competitor and leader, his stellar career is remarkable for its longevity, but also for sustained excellence he displayed year after year. Known for his work ethic, intense exercise regimen, and diet, Brady got better with age. After turning 37, Tom Brady would win 4 more Super Bowls with 17-4 in the playoffs. He would go 95-30, completed 65% of his passes for 35,000 yards, 265 touchdowns, and 69 interceptions in the regular season in those 8 seasons following. What a career!
Yeah.
So
that put me to sleep there. Tom Brady. Yeah. You got to give him some respect, I guess. Never, he says. Never.
I got passionate about that a minute
yes,
ago.
you did, bro. Damn it.
I don't know who heard that and was rolling their eyes saying I'm a fat idiot. I am. I don't know who's laughing. I will not give Tom Brady GOAT status.
No. Absolutely not.
I'd give Montana GOAT status.
Yes.
I'd give Terry Bradshaw.
Yes.
I'd give Walter Payton.
Yes.
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
LeBron James.
Yes. No Brady.
No Brady. Antonio Brown.
Manning or Brady, which one if you had to pick one?
Who?
Manning or Brady, if you had to pick one.
Manning.
Manning?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so now that takes care of the notes that was printed on Tuesday, and then for everything that's happened since then, I need my phone and this. So there was a few more NBA trades that went down following me printing those notes out about 12:30 Wednesday morning for work. Hey, my Amazon package got delivered. Yeah. Oh, it's out for delivery.
What'd you get?
A bunch of serial killer stuff.
Oh, cool. Oh, you are wanted.
Yeah, I'm a wanted man. Shh. So, call me the Podfather.
Okay, Podfather.
So, this is Steel Toes and Scoreboards. This takes precedent. Without me and you going in... So here's the deal. For those that need a quick flashback, sidebar. So, we go into quarantine. We all go into national lockdown 2 years ago. Then I finally started... I knew what podcasts were.
Right.
I don't think I've ever listened to a podcast. We go into quarantine. That was when I was still with that girl from Evansville. And I spent... So we were off work 2 weeks plus 2 weekends. So we were off work like 20-something days.
Yeah.
So probably 17 of those I stayed at her house or she stayed at mine. We were always together because she was working from home.
All right, okay.
So,
Right.
I started listening to podcasts, and then I started thinking about starting a podcast. And then, it never happened. And then, we break up. By that point, I've been listening to podcasts, and then I tell you at work I'm going to start a podcast. Kurt goes, let's do one. Let's talk about sports. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I'll do one with you. Then he quit on me after the first episode.
I didn't think I was cut out for a cast.
So Kurt's like, well, fuck it, let's do it. And he goes, I'm like, it's going to be some money to get started. Because I could have very simply just created an app with Anchor, which is free podcasting, hosting, everything, done it right with my phone. But I wanted something that had good quality.
Right.
So me and Kurt talked for a while, and he's like, let's go in half. So we went on half everything except for the computer. I bought the laptop myself. That was like $250. So we're all in for probably about $600 with half the equipment. And then Kurt started pushing me after he came back after quitting for the second episode. But so now I've got the bug. So I had a pro wrestling podcast. We did one episode. And the BTA 2 that I bought for me and Kurt, which has come in handy.
Yes, absolutely.
COVID and weather and everything. That was how I used those guys. But the schedule, we can never seem to make it together. And I was getting docked for 2 months for the podcast hosting for it, so I shut it down. I saved the episode on my flash drive. If we ever fire it back up again,
right?
Whatever. But I'm getting ready to start a podcast about Freemasonry with a guy I'm in lodge with. So there's 2.
Yeah.
Getting ready to start another pro wrestling podcast. This one will hopefully last. So there's 3. Getting ready to start a true crime podcast with a friend of mine. That she's a really good friend of mine.
A true what?
A true crime.
True crime.
So it's about like murders, and arsonists, and just fucked up stories.
Yeah.
You get on, if you'd ever get a Facebook, you get on there, you see people talking true, So that's gonna be 4. So call me the Podfather. So I got a little research material. Okay. Sidebar. Call me the Podfather.
Podfather.
So now, getting back to this is a pretty good episode.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
But okay, so I need to go to ESPN News here, and
man, I did get them all dirty, didn't I?
you did.
Heck yeah.
We don't need that anymore.
No. How did I end up getting on someone on every page, though?
Because you're a dummy. Top headlines. Hey, we don't talk soccer,
Right.
but since this is popping up right here in the top headline, a Pele rookie card becomes soccer's first $1 million card.
Huh. Took them that long to reach $1 million, huh?
Actually, we're gonna break off from the NBA trade. I wanted to bring this up. I sent you this. So, Wednesday afternoon, there was a death in Major League Baseball. former player Jeremy Giambi,
Oh,
the brother of Jason Giambi.
yes.
Jeremy spent 6 seasons in Major League Baseball as an outfielder and first baseman with Kansas City from 98 to 99. Oakland from 2000 to 2002. He had a stop for half the season with my Phillies in 2002, and then played in Boston in 2002 and 2003. He hit .263 with 52 homers and 2009 RBIs. His best season was 2001 when he batted .283 for 12 homers and 57 RBIs for the Athletics. He was born in 74. He played for Cal State Fullerton. They're the team that won the 95 College World Series. Anyways, Jeremy Giambi did not receive the height of success that his brother Jason did.
Right.
But Jeremy was 47 years old. He died at his parents' home in Claremont, California. And yesterday morning, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner determined that Giambi's death was that of a suicide. So, kind of heartbreaking there.
Yeah.
So we're just going to try to go through all this the best that we can here, Dirty Curdy. So I need news. That's what I need. So let's go to NBA news.
Look at him working the phone.
Yeah, well, I have to because I don't have anything on my computer here. Trade deadline. The trade deadline was officially over at 3 p.m. Eastern Thursday. So earlier in the episode, I mentioned how the 76ers were adamant they were going to pursue the Nets for James Harden, and when Daryl Morey called into Brooklyn, he was met with a... I don't know if that's what happened, but in my mind, that's exactly what happened. Like, hey, Sean, Daryl here. Oh, what's up, Daryl? No long time no talk. Yeah, so I was calling to talk to you. Would you be interested in letting go of James Harden? Don't even get the word Harden out. Would you be interested in letting go of James Harden? And in my mind, that's the story we're going with.
Right.
But there was rumored to be a very animated fuck no.
Right.
But anyways, shortly before, I think it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because I had just went back to my desk to get a drink of my bottle I set on my desk, and my phone was sitting right there, and it lit up the trade. So the Brooklyn Nets would send James Harden and Paul Millsap to the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers, in exchange, would get rid of 2 first-round picks, Seth Curry, Steph's younger brother, who's a dynamite three-point shooter himself, Andre Drummond, very underrated center, and Ben Simmons.
Can't shoot.
There was another trade that went down shortly before the deadline as well, involving... there were several that went down, right? Because, of course, right before the deadline, they all go down. There was a trade involving the Celtics and the Spurs. Trying to find that.
The Celtics kind of need a big guy, aren't they?
Yeah. Wish I could find it in here. I'm just keeping this going because of the simple fact of, we're just going to get it all right here. I just got to find where the fuck it's at. Damn it. I know I seen it. The Raptors waived Eubanks, who was acquired in the Goran Dragic trade on Thursday. Where was the fucking trade with the Spurs? Because me and Adam talked about that back at my desk. I told him about it. The Mavericks got rid of Kristaps Porzingis. Or as I call him, Porzingod, because everybody was high on him. Of course, he left. He got traded from the Knicks to Dallas.
Kind of hit a wall, didn't he?
They trade him and a second-round pick to the Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie and some draft picks. There was talks about Russell Westbrook being traded. Okay?
Okay.
The Lakers... Anyways, the Lakers had a deal available to them to trade Westbrook to the Rockets for John Wall. Of course, they never pulled the trigger on that. Here we go. The Boston Celtics acquired guard Derek White in a trade from the San Antonio Spurs. Romeo Langford, Indiana royalty.
Yeah.
Adam said overrated. Romeo Langford, Josh Richardson, and a top 4 protected 2022 first-round pick are then going to San Antonio. The Spurs will have the rights to swap first-round picks with Boston in 2028.
I thought they was kind of needing a big guy in Boston.
So that's about all the current NBA news there. Oh, I need to keep showing my paper because I got a lot of shit here. You know what? We got to pay a bill. We got 2 more bills to pay. We'll pay one now. We'll pay one right at the end.
Okay.
So, guys, check out Beauty and the Beard Co. in Marysville, Ohio. Check them out on Facebook. That's Beauty and the Beard Co. Just C-O. They have a .com for all your beautiful beard keeping. Kurt's got a nice beard until he shaves it off and looks like a porn star. Fun fact, when COVID hit, he come into work one day and I was like, what in the fuck? This was in 20. He goes, well, my buddy said it could get in my beard. I don't want COVID in my beard.
So I shaved it off.
So he shaved off.
I'd like to
Anyways, check out Beauty and the Beard Co. Great swag, soaps, beard kits, oils, the works. And for our users, use the discount code SteelToes15 at checkout for discounts. I'm just thinking back 2 years ago, Kurt coming in looking like, what the fuck? My buddy said the COVID could get in my beard. It was April, guys. April of 2020. We didn't know what was going on, so.
Yeah. I shaved it right off.
My buddy said it'd get in my beard. You big dummy.
I owe him one yet for that, too.
You do?
Yeah.
You want some more puck news?
Yeah, puck it.
Puck it. Puck the world, right?
Yep.
So, since Kurt Kelly Jr. is here, updated, accurate. Oh shit! I gotta set my lineups for today for my fantasy hockey. Updated, accurate as of right now. The Pens have slid back into second place with a 29-11 record in the Metropolitan Division in the Eastern Conference, and in the Western Conference Central Division, my Preds are still in second place with a 28-15 record, trailing Colorado. And the worst team in the league, which we're getting ready to talk about,
Canadians.
The Montreal Canadiens, who just played in a Stanley Cup final last season or the season before, 8-31. And Kurt, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. If I can find it. So they fired their head coach Wednesday afternoon. Not happy. They only have 8 wins on the season after coming off of a, just last. I can't remember. It was either last year or the year before when they were in the Stanley Cup Finals. And this season they have 8 wins, and they fired
Something's wrong.
Their head coach. I didn't write his name down. I laughed because I thought it was Duchemin, and I was just thinking about the word douche, but it's pronounced slightly. I don't know. Not really any other.
I mean, what's the deal there? When did he lose some players or injuries or?
I don't know. I didn't research any farther.
Coaching.
Your Los Angeles Dodgers got some news about them. One of their boys is not going to jail.
Oh,
Bauer. Bauer will not face criminal charge. Do you want to talk about that? I'll let you talk about it.
No, I'm not.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I never was sold on him anyway.
There was something that. Well, Bauer basically has got into some trouble. I don't remember. Was this domestic violence or something? I don't remember. He's not going to.
He's not going to start spring training with Bubba, huh?
Hang on, there was something else I was looking at MLB news wise. Giambi.
What do you think about the substance on her fingers and stuff? Have it checked between innings and shit. What do you think about that?
Dumb.
I agree.
So the Washington Redskins, or excuse me, I can't say. Apparently, Redskins is offensive. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Washington football team is no longer the Washington football team. They are the Washington Commanders. To which I say, you had 3 fucking years. And that's what you come up with, the Commander. You had 3 fucking years.
The Washington Commanders.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Aye.
You know what? Fine. You don't want to let them be. They don't want to be called the Redskins anymore. Fine. It's 2022. God damn it. We got to be politically correct, and that's fine. Fine. I support that. I won't say Redskins no more after this time. But you had 3 years to come up with, and you come up with the Commanders. God damn, why don't you just call yourself the Washington Red? Well, fuck, you should say, because, the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
That's so dumb, dude. That's straight retarded.
It is retarded. And that's what they come up with. Commanders.
The Washington Commanders. I mean, you got the Washington Capitals, the Washington Wizards, the Washington Commanders, the Washington National, how about the fuck? You want to be something like that about DC being the same? How about the Washington Tanks?
Yeah.
The Washington Berettas.
I mean, the Bullets have been taken in basketball, but how do you be better?
Why did they change from the Bullets to the Wizards? That's not offensive. I mean, that was years ago. I know there was a lot of violence in D.C. at one time. It was one of the most violent places in the country.
But the Washington Bullets had a ring to it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not the Washington Wizards. I don't know.
You know why I never go to Bullitt County in Los Angeles?
What is it?
Or Louisville?
What is that?
It's all in the name. Bullitt County. It's all right.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so Bauer will face no criminal charges.
That's good, I guess.
Anthony Skaggs trial. Maybe I should touch on that.
Anthony Skaggs, who's that?
The kid who was 19 years old, played for the Angels, died 2019. He was the Angels player, I'm pretty sure. It was either the Angels or the Mariners.
I don't remember hearing anything about that.
Anyways, the medical examiner who did the autopsy on Tyler Skaggs' 2019 death ruled his death accidental, testified Thursday that he could not say for certain that the dangerous fentanyl is what killed the 27-year-old pitcher.
I'd probably say it probably was.
Well, he was found dead in his Texas hotel room July 1st when the team was in town to play the Rangers. A toxicology report showed that he had ingested oxycodone, fentanyl, and alcohol before he asphyxiated on his own vomit. The government is arguing that for the fentanyl he would be alive. Yeah, so there's going on. It was the Angels. And it's a whole big
I bet.
write-up about that. Trevor Bauer. I think I said Court Bauer earlier. Court Bauer is an MMA guy. If I said Court Bauer, I apologize. Yes, right here. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has declined to charge. It's sexual assault, not domestic violence. The Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher, they're not going to press charges. Multiple women has accused him of abuse. ESPN spoke with several dozen sources and whatnot. The fallout from the allegations against him, as well as an Ohio woman who at one point sought a protective order against him, has left a lot to be desired. Bauer posted a video to YouTube on Tuesday where a 7-minute long video where he denied the allegations made by the women and said that he's engaged in rough sex, but, quote, there's no crime in rough sex.
Okay.
Which, I mean, we don't really break the wall on that because we do have sponsors. I mean, we curse a lot, but we can't just sit here and talk about fucking all the time.
Right.
If it's consensual, there's nothing wrong with rough, hard sex. But he basically said that this was all consensual rough sex and that he's committed no crime. He spent the final second half of the season last year on administrative leave, during which he was paid but was not allowed to be with the Dodgers. Now he's still going to await potential discipline handed down by the league. But according to Bauer, he done nothing wrong, and I guess they are not pursuing charges. So, did he really do nothing wrong, or is this just another case? Adam, I know you're listening. Is this just another case of what I talk about celebrities and famous people don't get treated the same way we do? They get away with shit. So, okay, so got some more NASCAR news, and I'm not really going to
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
go into a lot of detail. This past weekend, you know where the LA Memorial Coliseum is? Had a lot of Super Bowls there.
Yeah.
Had a lot of Rose Bowls there, a lot of things.
Yeah.
We had NASCAR there last week. They put a NASCAR track inside a football field.
You're shitting me.
I am not. It happened. Joey Logano won the race. So now, Daytona is when the season starts, but, this was just kind of preemptive season shit.
That's pretty cool, though.
Floyd Money Mayweather is funding a NASCAR Cup team this season. They're getting ready for Daytona. Dana White and Pitbull have a NASCAR type of thing going on, so NASCAR might be coming back up. Some more NFL news. Brian Flores has a lawsuit against the NFL, racism and not hiring minority coaches, and I haven't paid attention to it. Sue me. I don't give a fuck. I just haven't really read a lot about it. I would like to believe, and I could be wrong, but I would like to believe that everybody, despite race, gets a fair shot at a head coaching position, but I can't prove that. NFL is going to play a game in Germany next year in 2022. The first time the NFL's been in Germany since the Europa League was folded over a decade ago. Remember NFL Europa?
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's coaching changes galore, and I didn't feel like going into all that. If you guys want to know about coaching changes, Google it. I guess that's kind of our job. We do this shit so people don't have to Google it.
Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith is coming in back to the NFL after God, how many years has he been gone now? Probably. He was coaching
Bears.
He was coaching the Fighting Illini, I believe, and now he's coming in to head coach the Houston Texans.
Yeah, when he Bears coach when
the Super Bowl with the Colts, he sure was.
Yes.
The first time two black coaches faced off for the Super Bowl, which was really monumental.
Yes. He's a class act, I believe.
Lovie Smith?
Yeah.
Tremendous guy. Great guy.
Yeah. You see him with his gray beard and everything now? He
looks kind of badass.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not going to lie. I seen a picture of Obama with a beard.
Yeah.
I'm not a Democrat.
Right.
And I want to say that. We don't talk politics on this show. But I have really opened some people's eyes, because I've said this before. So what if you're a Democrat and Trump's in office? So what if you're a Republican and Biden's in office? Rooting for the president of your country to fail
is no good.
It's like asking for your pilot to run you into a fucking mountain, you idiots.
Yeah.
That being said, I seen a picture of Obama with a beard, and I'm not going to lie, it looked kind of badass.
Did it?
It looked kind of badass.
He should have been sporting it when he was president.
It looked fucking badass. Obama with a beard. Fuck the dress code. If I was president, dude, cowboy boots or steel-toe boots, holy jeans.
Yeah, what you see, what you get.
What you see is what you get. Yeah. Ears still pierced. We need a president with a throat tattoo.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Badass.
That'd be badass. So, I think we've covered everything. I mean, let me pull up the ESPN one more time and just let's check top headlines. Anything else since this is current? Anything else? Top headlines.
Where does baseball go from here?
I don't know. Oh man, we already got games going on right now. Kurt, detour.
All right.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Man, it's been a hardcore fought matchup here. Oh my God! We've got to go, Kurt. We've got to go. I've got to get some players out of the bench here.
No.
Oh yeah. Sidney Crosby not playing tonight. There's no game. Oh, man. I can only start 2 goalies, and I got 3 of them that's supposed to be playing tonight.
Sidney Crosby a goat?
No, just Pens aren't playing.
He's not a goat?
Oh, is he a goat?
Yeah.
Okay. Sidney Crosby or...
Yeah, I mean, Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the goat of Penguins hockey? Sidney Crosby or...
Mario Lemieux.
Which one? Mario? You're going to go Mario, aren't
I'm
you?
going to go with Mario, but...
Crosby's good too, bro.
You had it.
Crosby's good too.
That's tough there.
Stick hand on his awareness for
I just drew a blank. I completely forgot to set my fantasy hockey lineups. We're good. Oh no!
How you doing in your league?
I am first in my division, 3rd overall.
Hey, can't be
I got
bad.
lost back-to-back games here. I'm not very happy about it. Bastards. Here.
Winning lineup right there, folks.
Do I?
It's a winning lineup right there.
Connor McDavid, the best player in the league. It could be. Oh, man, it won't let me add any more tonight. All right, I got to move one more guy. Kurt, talk.
Oh,
I'm a little teapot. Short and
I
stout.
hope baseball gets it fixed, man. It's bugging me for some reason.
Okay. Have we missed anything? We did our first official current events episode. Let's talk about the clusterfuck that was the show opening.
Oh, yeah, holy crap.
Wait. We're going to break the 4th wall.
Crash and burn.
Hang on. Good music.
Oh, yeah.
We do not own any copyrights to that. A little bit of Slash.
Oh, yeah.
Toes and scoreboards.
Oh, boy.
This one ran a lot longer.
Well, Drew Bledsoe never got hurt.
No Tom Brady, bro. Period. I don't care what anybody says.
What about the 1983?
I like the
QB draft
content.
You mean the
Yeah,
Hall
we
of Fame
are.
draft
I like the
class?
content in the script.
class? You know, we typically don't get.
But it was funny that you fucked up because I was going to leave it in. But let's just say there's our new... Okay, there is this episode's
right.
opening.
Right.
We might change it, cut it down a little bit, change the music, but, you know, we've been talking about... We ran hard... Thank you to the Wilson sisters, by the way.
Yes.
We own no copyrights to that.
Right.
But, you know, we ran that one for 6 or 7 months. It was
Right.
time for a change. If I feel like I'm getting stale, the few listeners we have probably
Right.
get stale too. So
Yeah,
we might change that.
yeah, my bad on that, dude.
I was just picking on it. Plus, it's okay. So
It's
now,
gonna be kind of funny though.
what are we going to talk about next?
Well,
You know what I'm thinking about? It's been a long time since we've had a turnaround episode.
yeah,
I'm actually thinking that we could just bang out a baby episode next Friday.
I'd be
Why
down.
not? And then, you know, like normal, next Tuesday or next weekend, 2 weeks from now, we'd record
Right.
again on a Saturday night.
I'd be down for that. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. You got a list somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a list. I should have brought it out, but
Yeah, I got a list. I got the original list. What are you in the mood to talk about?
I've been down to talk about anything sports related.
Anything sports related.
Well, it wouldn't have to be sports related. I
We
guess.
could do a Steel Toes episode.
Yeah.
So, Kurt and I were over in the Simon cell working on. I helped you work on some Simon chairs.
Yeah.
We were forming them.
Forming.
I was forming. You were cutting. I had nothing to do.
Right.
It wasn't when you usually get a big order, I'll come over there and
Right,
help you.
right.
But I had nothing to do, and it wasn't a big order, but it saved you time
Yes.
because all you had to do was cut and punch. I would
Yes.
form them. So I told you the story about Ruby Ridge, which we mentioned in our
Yes.
show opening. 1992, the Weaver family, Ruby Ridge. I was 5 years
What
old.
a storyteller you are. You have my
Like
attention, dude.
I was telling, I was animated,
Yes.
and you're like, you told that so good. You didn't even have any notes in front of you. I'm
Yes,
like, well, I
I
was
was
passionate
impressed.
about this. We could,
Yeah.
and since you just talked about it, you know, Ruby Ridge in 92, Waco in 93, and Oklahoma City in 95 are all connected.
Yeah.
One of the biggest reasons for Timothy McVeigh to do the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995 was what happened with Ruby Ridge in 92 and Waco in 93. You know, Timothy McVeigh, ex-military, you know, he's seen what was going on in the news with the Ruby Ridge thing. And these guys were 50 miles in Idaho on top of a mountain, a cabin, no electricity, no indoor plumbing.
Minding their own business. You know, they're 50 miles from the Canadian border. McVeigh's seen all this happen. And then a year later, in 93, when David Koresh and the Branch Davidians, Waco, McVeigh went to Waco, down the road, watching what was going on with the compound. And to this day, I maintain that what happened at Ruby Ridge, a little bit more so at Waco, was the United States government and the FBI saving face. And I've never been a conspiracy theorist. I've always been supportive of our military, and I've always been supportive of our law enforcement. Back to blue. What happened at Waco was them trying to save their ass, and because they were getting made fun of. This standoff went off 2 months. Yes.
And then, you know, they never anticipated the shit they were going to start was going to cause all those Branch Davidians inside to go ahead and assassinate the children and then themselves.
Right.
And McVeigh, that was one of the bigger driving forces behind him bombing Oklahoma City. Of course, McVeigh is no longer with us. State of Indiana put his ass down in Terre Haute, lethal injection in 2001.
Yep.
So, but anyways, as I was telling you this story about Ruby Ridge and the Weaver family, and you were just like, I could see it in your face, like you were hooked on everything I was saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know how much of that you remembered when I was telling you.
Some, but
like, you were impressed, like, why is this not on an episode of a podcast?
Right.
So, I mean, we could always tell that story. We'd do something else.
It's a pretty interesting story, I will say. A lot of cover up there.
That would be our second official Steel Toes episode.
I'll be down to do something like that.
Talk about Ruby Ridge.
Yeah. Government overreach.
I don't, and that's like, they're watching us through our phones right now.
Well,
I've never believed that, but you say it enough now where it's kind of like maybe they are. But
it's awful interesting.
That's my term, government overreach. That's the phrase I always use, and maybe it was.
It sure looked like it.
I mean, Vicki Weaver opens the front door of her porch after hearing her husband being shot, and the FBI's hostage response team puts a round in her fucking head, and she drops their 10-month-old infant, and their 14-year-old daughter, or however old she is, has to dive to catch her 10-month-old sibling, because if that sibling hits the porch, it's dead.
Yeah, something just don't add up there. Yeah.
So,
I mean, what? These people were minding their own business, basically.
So to give a little prelude to this story, Weaver, like, I don't want to give too much away because I'm really thinking we might talk about this next week, but to kind of give you just a little preview here. So Weaver and his wife are living in Iowa at the time. The economy is really down in the 80s. The farmers are getting foreclosed on left and right. These are people who were a big Bible-thumping family, and they start to believe the rapture is coming.
Right.
Read your Bible, folks. Right. I'm a Catholic. I don't go to church anymore. I should, but I can still read a lot of the Bible.
Right.
Know a lot of the Bible. They believe the end of times, the rapture's coming, everything, the world's gone evil. They're ridding themselves of TVs and electronics. They pick up the family. They move out to Idaho, around Naples, Idaho. They settle on Ruby Ridge on a mountaintop. This is 50 miles south of the Canadian border. They're new in town. They don't know any fucking people. Some people see him, say, hey, start to come to some of our gatherings. We can talk a little bit. They start mingling in with this group of people at gatherings. And then after a while, Weaver and the family start to notice there's an awful lot of white people here. There's an awful lot of bald-headed white people here with some weird-looking tattoos. So come to find out, they mingle in with some of the Aryan Nation compound, and Weaver has always maintained that he wasn't a white supremacist. He was more of a separatist, which just means he wasn't, according to him, prejudiced against other races. He was prejudiced kind of against people. He just wanted to be left the fuck alone.
Right.
But they're up on top of this mountain, There, no indoor plumbing, no running water, no electricity, solar panels and candlelight and kerosene lamps and all this shit. They're running hard for a little bit of money to go shopping. He meets a guy. The FBI apparently has been watching this Aryan Nation compound for a while. They get an informant inside. This guy asks Randy Weaver to saw off a couple of shotguns for some money. Weaver does it to get money. Then they pull him aside, said, "We know what you did. You're going to snitch on these people." Weaver says no, leaves. Two FBI agents, a man and woman, posing as a broke-down couple, pull over with car trouble along the road. The Weaver family stops. Randy and Vicky Weaver are thrown face down in the snow, handcuffed. They have to post their home up for bail. If they lose the trial, they lose their house. Weaver goes to jail. So then they make the decision sometime in 91 or early 92 that they're just not coming down off the mountaintop. So other people truck him up supplies. Weaver misses his court date. At that point, a federal judge issues a bench warrant for his arrest. Because of the location, they get the Marshal Service involved because they've heard that this guy's been hanging out at an Aryan Nation compound and he's a hardcore religious guy. They believe that there could be a firefight. They believe there's a man and woman armed inside who will kill their children and then themselves to avoid prison. So bad intel, bad communication, bad information. Then some shit starts happening, and then a day where they are trying to simply get a reconnaissance mission, just intel on the cabin and the family, turns into a deadly day that later, the day after, brings in the FBI hostage response team and more tragedy. And after a couple weeks standoff, whoever's left alive comes off the mountain, and it looks like the scene out of a goddamn combat movie, as there's FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals, Idaho National Guard, Idaho State Police, local police, all setting up camp at the base of this mountain, and it looks like the scene out of a goddamn movie. All this for 5 people.
That's pretty insane, man.
You see the passion I told that with,
yes.
though? Let's do that.
Let's do it.
So I gave you guys kind of a brief synopsis of the whole story here. So,
very interesting.
I think I could bang out the research for this in a week, and then we can convene next Friday and knock it out.
Yeah, suits me.
Okay, so we didn't do any hot takes and sausage, but that's okay. I gave you a small 30-second Kurt's Corner there.
Yeah.
Do we do a word association? You want to?
If you want to.
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Let's just, I don't have nothing wrote down. Ben Roethlisberger.
Tons of respect, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, as I roll my eyes.
Not the GOAT.
NBA trades.
Surprise.
Surprise?
Yeah.
MLB lockout.
It's got to end for the future of baseball. Holy crap.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. going into the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Deserve.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Coach K's final season.
Unbelievable. He's going to be gone.
Bruce Pearl getting paid.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
A quarter of a Honus Wagner card selling for almost $500,000.
That's insane.
Well, I mean, you know.
Well, right. I mean, half a card, $3 million. I mean,
Our new show open.
Jumbled, but it's pretty funny. I mean, oops.
Maybe to be worked on.
Yeah.
Okay.
A good episode, bro.
Yeah, our first official current events episode. Next week.
I mean, we'll have to slip one in every once in a while.
Yeah. That was fun, as I told Kurt, when we're always deciding what to do, or, you know, when outside sources affect the content I want to cover. Shout out JPD.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm going to get you watched. This is going to come back on me because I'm going to be taunting.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Dude, it ain't me. There ain't nothing. I ain't getting into it over there. Anybody that's local knows. Some of them knows the story, or they can Google the story.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. That ain't me, dude. That dude's got at least 50 to 100 pounds on me. That dude looks older than me. I've got tattoos and earrings. This guy don't.
Swing and a miss, folks.
Swing and a miss. That ain't even my posture. That ain't even my body posture.
No. I mean, come on, guys.
Like, I handed over my phone, like, check my GPS pings. And they're like, well, you could have left your phone home. I was like, well, it's true, but no.
I mean,
I always have my phone. It's up my ass all the time.
I mean, I just can't believe it. I don't know.
Anyways,
it's fucked up.
Anyways, that's fucked up. Yeah, but current events are always good. We don't know what we want to cover, so
Right.
a lot going on. You know, I'm the Podfather, fixing to
that's
launch
right.
another 3
Yes, sir.
podcasts. So
Podfather.
the Podfather.
It's got a ring to it, dude.
It does.
It does, yes,
bro.
Yes.
Okay, well, this was fun. Anything else?
Nah. I don't have anything else to add.
That's Kurt's beard. You need to check out Beauty and the Beard Cove.
I do, don't I?
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, we got to
should-
play one more.
We'll pay one more bill real fast.
Yep.
So check out Main Street Designs LLC in Jasper, Indiana. It's a small family-owned business that specializes in laser engraving and direct-to-garment printing. I've showed Kurt some of their stuff. They've offered to make a logo for us.
Impressive
They
work.
like every time we mention them in the podcast. They offer vinyl decals, baby blankets, other personalized items for you or your business. Give them a message on Facebook or give them a call at 812-661-7765. This is seriously...
really good.
it's a small business, small town, small business, but they are
really, really good at what they
really
do.
good and very professional, very courteous people. So check out Main Street Designs LLC.
Bro.
I'm trying to think. Was there? I thought there was something else I wanted to. Here's the original note. Oh yeah, it was just about the LA Rams. This was one other thing. I didn't put this in the notes. I just forgot about it. So the Rams, before the NFC Championship game or after one, they went and visited the Kobe Bryant crash site.
Really?
And they were, I guess they came away with a real spiritual feeling about things, and I don't know, rest in peace, Mama.
Yeah. So you're really on board with the Rams 31-27, huh?
So I want to see the Bengals win. I'm going to be rooting for the Bengals to win. You know, you typically root for your conference.
Right.
Some do, some don't. I want to see the Bengals win. I am going to be posting pro-Bengal information
There you go.
on social media. I'm going to be all Bengaled up. Who day, Corey? Who day? But the outcome will remain as I suspected. The Los Angeles Rams will beat the Cincinnati Bengals 31-27. And Cincinnati will go another 30, 40 years before their next Super Bowl appearance.
With Joe, man. I think Joe Burrow's the real deal, dude.
Well, good. Why don't you guys fucking put in a trade offer for him?
Oh, he can play for Pittsburgh anytime. I mean,
God. Why don't you just bring back Terry
we're going
Bradshaw?
to end up with Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's not a bad thing, son.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it. We might rework this show opening sometime.
Yeah.
It's just so bad. It did
pretty
not
bad.
go the way I...
It's pretty bad.
I mean, even... I don't know, the music... I don't know.
Give us some feedback, folks.
Yeah, they yeah. Anyways, we got to get this mixed down. I'm going to hang out with Kurt for a little bit, and then I got to go home, clean up. Got the daddy-daughter dance tonight.
Yeah.
My 7-year-old's looking forward to it. I told her I was going to take her out for dinner afterwards.
You guys going to be doing the Dougie, or
I can Dougie.
can you Dougie?
I can do the, what's the one? The Running Man.
The Running Man?
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
can do the Running Man.
There you go.
I don't really dance. I just watch her go around dance and talk to her friends, and I just kind of sit there with all the other dads who are fat and don't dance. That's kind of my fit in. So,
Well, at least you're involved. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
hang on 1 second before we cut air. Hey, Kirk Kelly Jr.
Yes.
Kyle, come here a minute. So Doyle is gone.
Yeah.
Doyle is working in Chicago.
Yeah.
So Kurt's got company. Kyle's here. Did you ever think your dad would be doing podcasts?
Absolutely not. If you would have told me that before I would have known, I would have told you that he don't even know what a podcast is.
And this motherfucker legitimately texted me right before I was like, man, he's late. Where's he at? Before episode 2, which was Brady. You quit on Brady versus Manning. So we will do a remix of that sometime.
Yeah.
So he quit, and then I'm like, this motherfucker. Because then I was like, oh, he's going to want his half of the money back and everything. And I'm like, okay. So then I guilt tripped him, be like, all right, man, I just, I'm getting ready to do a baseball episode next week, but I guess I don't have a baseball mind like you. Well, I could talk baseball with you through this episode. And then after that, he got hooked.
Yeah.
And now the dynamics change where sometimes I'm dragging my feet. And he's like, you got them notes done yet? I'm ready to go.
Well,
But who would have thought your dad a podcaster?
That's crazy. I kept saying, I was like, what? When he first told me about it, I was like,
when
and if you got to tell me the whole story, I'm like, so you're on a podcast?
I told you about quitting too, I think, didn't I? Did I say that?
Yeah, you were talking about that.
I mean,
He's just like, I ain't cut out. I ain't cut out for it.
Well.
And then Dole helped push him too. Dole's like, why not?
yeah, he's the one that kind of pushed me back in.
Coach the wheel. I agree.
Yeah.
Greased the wheel, yes.
All right. Well,
So here we are.
so here we are.
Nothing fuss.
So, yeah.
He says that's Nuck and Fuds.
Nuck and Futz. Man, it's been a fun episode.
Yes.
But
for sure.
let's get it out there to the world and see how much they hate it.
2 idiots talking sports, man.
Hashtag tit. We missed the boat, man.
We missed the
I'm
boat
telling
on
you.
that, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Welcome to the Hashtag Tits podcast. 2 idiots talking sports.
I guarantee it would have been downloaded.
1,000 downloads a day because it
Yes.
just had the word tits in it.
That's the best name. I like that too.
All right.
Missed the boat, but oh well.
Well, I have fun.
I mean,
I'm proud.
yeah.
I'm proud of the steel toes and scoreboards
Yeah,
thing.
me too.
I was racking my brain for a week for a name.
That's a great name. It fits
And
perfect.
besides golf and a couple other things, everybody's got a scoreboard. And
Right.
the whole thing is about. And look, there's my work boots on.
Yep, steel toes.
This is everything we talked about during the day on the shop floor.
Yes, we do get some work done.
We do get some work done, but we talk a lot of sports. Kirk talks about. Can I say boobies?
Yeah, boobies.
Boobies is a funny word. We discovered that at work the other day. Yeah, what did I say the other night about that? So just sidebar. I know we keep dragging it out, but I got taught sex ed in 4th grade. Why the fuck you teach 4th graders sex ed to begin with? I don't know, but that's when we got educated.
Wow.
And they made the mistake of having the nurse teach us and the health teacher, and it was a woman, both of them. So they separate the girls, give them all one run through, then us. And then they make the mistake of telling 4th grade boys, and you're how old in 4th grade? 9, 10, 11 years
10,
old?
Yeah.
They made the mistake of saying, instead of saying the word breasts, they said boobies. You do not tell a group of 9, 10, 11-year-old boys the word boobies.
I bet this classroom was out of control.
Because we lost control. We were all like, oh my God, she said boobies. And it was just, yeah, you don't say boobies to...
Oh, shit.
It's such a funny word.
It is for some reason.
But she said boobies. You can't even say
it without
boobies
laughing.
without laughing.
Imagine having a first name Booby.
I misspelled my friend's name one time. Instead of writing Bobby, I wrote Booby.
Booby.
Just, added an extra O instead of an extra B. But,
All right, yeah.
all right. Kurt's like, cut the mics. All right, guys. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little different. The show opening might get reworked. I'm not satisfied with that. So,
right.
but for now, that's what you're getting for this first episode.
Right.
So, give us some feedback on it.
Yes.
And Luck, you gonna say bye?
Hey, he's pretty comfortable right now.
Y'all see me when I walked in. Luck was all over
Yeah,
me.
he
He
was.
ain't seen me since December 5th.
Yes, he was happy to see Jared, for sure.
That and he smelled the McDonald's bag.
Yeah, and he smelled McDonald's bag, yes.
All right, bro.
Yep.
Let's peace out. We'll
Peace
catch you
out.
guys next week.
God bless.